Good evening, jammers. Yes. And welcome to episode 56 of the Jams and Cocktails live podcast. My name is Brad Brock, and I'll be your host this evening. I unmuted the microphones tonight, so we're already starting off on the right track. I'm going to give myself a round of applause for that.
You've earned that.
Oh, man.
Big step.
It is a big step. Of course, you guys, joining me, as always, in the legendary JNC Lounge is the lovely Miss Jordan Taylor.
Oh, hello, everyone. Welcome back for a week of fun. No.
Look at those lashes.
Thank you. I know a gal, so...
And, of course, our special guest tonight is the amazing singer-songwriter Christine Baird.
Thank you.
Oh, and look, Ryan Michael Owens has shared the stream.
TRO himself.
Himselvis. Oh, it doesn't work the same. It doesn't work the same.
Did you say himselvis?
It's a kind of a running Elvis joke that we have. Elvis himselvis. I don't know.
So now it's Tro himself.
Tro. We have to come up with one.
Yeah.
We'll have to come up with something. Well, you guys, I'd like to thank all of you for tuning in live tonight on Facebook, YouTube, and the all-new JNC radio station, broadcasting on the Live 365 app. Also, thanks to those of you catching the show later on YouTube or on your favorite podcast platform, such as iHeartRadio or Spotify. Wherever you're tuning in, do us a solid and like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel and YouTube channel. Talking is hard. And follow us wherever you're listening. You guys, we've got a fun show for all of you tonight. We'll be getting to know Christine and talking about her upcoming EP. Yeah. We'll also be premiering her new video for her single Alone Tonight, which you got to hear just a little tidbit of during the countdown if you hardcore people that tune in super early. We'll also get into the Jordy Files. We'll play a round of Name That Tune. Hear from Tony Espinosa in our midweek motivation. And of course, we'll be putting Christine on the hot seat inside the Lipton tea. But first, as always, let's kick it off with our shot of the week. Shot. Oh my God!
That was awesome.
With a dead stare, she's looking at me.
I was staring right at you.
You guys can't see it. It was just, I felt the connection.
Did you feel that?
I'm going to beatbox at you.
Oh my God, I felt it. I have goosebumps. Oh my God. Well, you guys, tonight's shot of the week, I thought it was adorable. It's the chocolate pudding bomb. And,
it's a bomb, all right.
It's a type of bomb.
Yeah, we're going to show you in a minute. But it's made with instant chocolate pudding, Kimura, Malibu, Cool Whip. Cool Whip. You whisk in the Kimura and the pudding until it's thick. You whisk in the Malibu until it's smooth. And then you whisk in the Cool Whip. And it is delicious, but I'm ready to show you guys now.
Did you whip it good?
You guys, this is what it looks like. Can you guys see that out there?
Looks so appetizing.
I think they can see
for those of you that are listening in on the show, it came out looking like dog poop from the street.
Yeah, in the most basic terms.
It's quite interesting.
Very well-fed dog. Very regular dog.
Yes.
Probably out of some sort of terrier, I imagine. It's at least a little thin. Anyway.
Oh, dear God.
Anyway, cheers. I don't think we could just shoot this. It'll probably make a mess. So I put little spoons in there. So we're going to eat them.
Yeah,
I've never had a shot with a spoon before.
Hey,
this is the first time.
You're living life.
Yeah, you don't want
YOLO.
Yeah, and you don't want to put the
try
cup in your mouth. You'll pull a McDonald's with this one. Remember, old John?
I mean, it's good. It tastes like
chocolate pudding, right? It's definitely got a boozy aftertaste.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, look at that. That's the boozy face.
It's like a breath of booze.
Woo.
Right?
Like a whew.
Yeah.
Woo. It's good though. Like I would sit here and just, I would just sit here and eat this.
It's
And
a nice snack.
We have plenty more. So
I did not have dessert today. So
That's all I ever have is dessert every day.
It's the most important meal.
it's
Agreed. I agree. Oh, man.
Well, I'm gonna snack on that for the rest of the show.
There
probably.
you go. Dude, that probably would pair really nicely with the wine over there.
Yeah. So I know this is jams and cocktails, and I said I wanted wine, and then later I thought about it, and I was like, I probably should have asked for a cocktail, but a good little sipping drink.
I'm drinking
I'm bougie.
a good American beer here for my waistline, I suppose. Little Mick Ultra life. Anyway,
I'm only doing the chocolate bombs, so.
All right. Yeah. Well, that's going to go well for you over there, Jordan. Well, you guys, if you'd like to join us for a shot of the week each week, visit our website at jncpodcast.com and click on the shot of the week link to see what we're planning. You can even get all the ingredients delivered to your door by clicking on the Drizzly link on that page. And if you order through there, it gives us a little kickback. So that's very, very nice of you to do. Anyway, we're going to jump right into things, you guys. Her soulful voice is captivating and is amplified by her beautiful songwriting. We're happy to have her here all the way from New York to chat about her upcoming debut EP, Sense of It All. This is Christine Baird.
To them we're chaos in the cosmos, and the one who diagnose every little thing we represent. It won't be long till we figure it out.
There's Ryan down there.
Yeah, the other one too.
We won't stop.
It's like, where's Waldo?
That the world is right side up. The world is right side up.
Christine, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Those are fun. I like that you included my headshot, and there were a couple little things. Ryan was in two of them. It's fun. And then my brother. So there was one where there were about 4 or 5 people in the shot. My brother's a sax player, and he was in that shot too. So it's fun.
Nice.
And the guy playing bass is on my record. His name's Antar Goodwin. So it's like a nice little family affair.
A little homage, if you will. Oh,
it was really great.
Awesome. Oh, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Good selection of photos.
They really are. I'm like, those are probably the photos I would be like, oh yeah, these are probably my favorite photos of me. So.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, good. You're hard pressed to find a bad photo of you. Honestly,
well,
it made my job very easy. I was like,
accepted.
Download. Oh, okay. So next time. We're going to do a homage to the worst photos ever.
I sent Ryan a photo of myself today that I had a friend of mine send me from high school. And it was not a good look. I was wearing like neon yellow sunglasses, like a big hat, and had this giant necklace on. I'm like,
oh my gosh, you should have sent that to me to be like the main photo.
I know.
I would have used it. Oh, man.
That's
well,
funny.
Welcome to the Legendary JNC Lounge.
Yeah.
So stoked to have you here all the way
awesome
from
to
New
be here.
York on loan.
I know. We're all still trying to think swallow that shot, right? It's
It's living with me right now. That's for sure. So just to put it in perspective, you are dating Ryan Owens,
yes,
who was our guest just a couple of weeks ago. So if you hear a lot of references, or at least a few references to Ryan, it is the one, the only, the Ryan Owens that we're talking about.
Best.
Yes.
South Florida's the Ryan Owens.
The Ryan Owens.
I was going to say, you have a great podcast voice, and I've always wanted to do like voiceovers and stuff. Like I always did this voice of like a GPS system, like turn left onto Byron, or whatever, whatever street you're doing. I'm like, your podcast voice, your radio voice is so good.
Oh, well, thank you very
So I feel
much.
like I need to, get better at that.
Oh, see, I do tutoring over Zoom, just $5,000 a minute. Very, very good.
Easy,
Very
good price.
No, I was actually going to mention in listening to some of your tunes, you have this beautiful alto voice. It's so, and like, you hit some tremendously low notes for an alto even, and it's, it's not that it gets lost. Like, it's punchy and you hit it with confidence. Super stoked.
you.
So you guys will get to hear that tonight when she performs. And actually just a little bit, we'll get you guitared up to crack in here.
The irony of being an alto is that I was actually always a soprano in school. and
kidding.
I've always been the soprano part in my life, but
No
I have this really
way.
low voice, so I usually sing a lot of alto stuff. But I'm a classically trained soprano.
Oh my God. So
Yeah.
if we're going to nerd out just a little bit musically,
Mm-hmm.
what is your vocal range?
Oh gosh. Last I checked, I can. What is that? Like, what is middle C? Is that C3?
It is C3.
So I can do probably about C2 up to. I would probably say like an A above high C.
Oh my God.
That was the last that's yeah. Yeah, the A, I think the A like I could hit strongly,
Right.
but
In full voice, not falsetto.
I mean it would definitely be like a operatic. We can try it if you want.
Oh my goodness.
We can do a little vocalizing.
The neighbors are not going to have any idea what's going on
Yeah.
over here. I love it.
Amazing.
I love it. Oh, so well, would you be able to treat us to a tune here while
Sure.
we get it warmed up?
Yeah, let's do
All
it.
right, you guys, we're going to get her guitar sorted out. And just to let you know out there, we are watching the comments. Jordan is keeping an eye on them. So feel free to join our show and comment away or ask any questions, and we'll pass them on to Christine. But in the meantime, here's our first jam of the night with Christine Baird.
Give my hands something to hold. Quit feeding me lies. I've been down that road. Talking big like you're so fine. A typical guy with typical lines. But you called me pretty, then you made your move. Next you left the city, left my mind too. You've been missing me, oh I know you do. That's the thing with being the girl you can't lose. Tried again a little too late. Don't tell me goodbye and expect me to wait. I know you're caught up in blues, and you know me, I'm the girl you can't lose. But you called me pretty, then you made your move. Next you left the city, left my mind too. You've been missing me, oh I know you do. That's the thing with being the girl you can't lose. I think it's called insanity when you repeat the past with certainty. Oh, bet you thought I'd never walk away. Well, this girl ain't got no interest in sitting and playing your game. Oh, yeah. But you call me pretty, then you made your move. Next you left the city, left my mind too. You've been missing me, oh I know you do. That's the thing with being the girl you can't lose. You can't lose the girl
Wow. Oh my God.
Thank you. That is an original song. It is on my EP. For everyone listening, it's called Girl You Can't Lose. So that was a little teaser for you.
Oh,
A little teaser.
Very excited. Now, how many tracks are on this new record?
6 songs on the EP. There's an intro, and then there's five full tunes. So I'm pretty excited about it. Yeah.
That is what a performance. Ooh. John.
Thank you.
That
You don't even know
I don't
what
even
to
know what
do,
to I
right?
don't even know what to do.
Oh, thank you so much.
Jordan,
Bush.
I'm gonna need you to take over this whole interview.
Yeah, right? Hands
I'm going to come here more often.
Yeah, right.
This is great.
It's like the stop it.
Yes.
All right. Now the
Okay.
fun begins here. We're going to get to know you a little bit better, which is awesome because I got to dive into your bio a little bit and saw some things that I'm very excited to talk to you about. But let's go all the way back to Utah
Okay.
and to your musical roots. What got you into it? Who were your influences? Just tell us about the beginning of your musical journey.
Yeah, well, I've been singing since I could talk. My mom, she was listening to Neil Diamond for a long, long time. She was obsessed. Like, I think she saw him 7 times.
Oh my God.
And she saw him with my dad a couple times. And I guess the first time they saw Neil Diamond, my mom was like, okay, he's going to come out in this outfit now. And then he's going to come out in this outfit. And she was right every single time. So I, we have a video of 2-year-old me listening to Neil Diamond, so that was one of my first influences. And then shortly after, I actually from the age of probably 5 to 10 or 11, I was listening to a lot of Stevie Wonder and Celine Dion.
No kidding.
Yeah, and then my dad played the Doors a bunch, Steppenwolf, Steely Dan, all those people, and my brother's a jazz saxophonist, so there was a lot of jazz in my household as well. But the people that I was mostly influenced by were definitely Celine Dion, definitely Stevie Wonder, definitely Christina Aguilera, and then John Mayer was a huge one. And I listened to a lot of country music when I was probably starting around the age of 10, 11 or so. And that's kind of really what I started listening to. But I think probably the biggest people, I've heard this a lot before, that they're like, I did a cruise ship contract in one of the shows. It was a French show called Les Artistes de Paris. So I sang a lot of French songs in it, and like non rien de rien, non je ne regrette rien, na 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 na, whatever, all that kind of stuff. And I swear, after every single show, somebody came up to me and they're like, "You remind me of Celine Dion," and I'm like, "Oh my God, thank you. That's the nicest thing anyone could ever say to me."
Great compliment. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's because she and I probably have a lot of similar timbres to our voices, and of course I grew up listening to her. So, we kind of look alike. So I think that has she has influenced me a lot, and then the country music and John Mayer's songwriting especially as well.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on that a little bit because you did mention in your bio that Continuum is one of your favorite records from him or of all time.
Yeah.
And I agree. I think Continuum is one of those timeless records that will never go out of style. And the songwriting and the performance of the music on that record was just, it was, in my opinion, sorry, John, but his best work.
Absolutely. Well, I think he knows it too. I think I feel like I remember in some interview him saying something like, "Man, I don't know what I'm gonna do after Continuum." Putting something like that out, and then obviously he's made great records since.
Sure.
But Continuum was such a masterpiece. And it's funny, like as I get older, I understand more where he's coming from. I remember very, very, very vividly. I was working, this was maybe like 2016-ish in New York City. I was working at this Australian cafe called Two Hands. Shout out Two Hands. And I had a great time working there, but it was actually like this period of my life. It was post-college, and I was in a very depressed phase because I was working too much and not doing enough of my art.
Sure.
And I was listening to a lot of Radiohead. And
oh man, you really were in the dumps.
So I was like, I need to just deal with this. But I was living in Brooklyn at the time, and I was on the train going from my apartment to work, and I worked a lot of morning shifts, so it was like 6:30 in the morning as I'm going over the Manhattan Bridge, and I come out from under the underground, and I can see the water towers and like the sun gleaming behind the water towers as it's rising, and like the fog from the towers is coming up, and the city's waking up, and I'm on the train to this job that I'm really like hating at this point. And Stop This Train came on, and I just started crying on the train, like as I'm going over the Manhattan Bridge looking, and I can still see the water towers and the orange sunset or the sunrise to this day, and like, stop this train. I want to get off and go. Like, I want to just be 15 again, you know. But I think that record is just so great for those reasons.
It really is. And it really touches on so many emotional points. And I feel like it was such a transitional record for him, coming out of, you know, the pop things of like what was it, bigger things, not bigger things, heavier things, and even the record before that, Room for Squares, which coincidentally was Ryan's pick for
that was one of our first, like, you know, my friend was like, you should meet my friend, he's obsessed with John Mayer, and I was like, great, this is gonna work.
See, music, the universal language.
Yep.
But yeah, it was such a transition between that kind of youthful pop thing into this bluesy, really songwriting driven record, and then everything after that was just, you know, icing on the cake as far as I'm concerned. Yeah.
It's a really beautiful evolution of an artist. And I remember him saying at one point, he can ask me like, what does John Mayer think about this? And I'd be like, well, but he said, first record, get him in, second record, make him think, third record, crush him. And I was like, that's exactly what he did.
He really did. He really did.
Yeah.
Oh man, we could sit and talk about John Mayer all day. Coming up next on the John Mayer podcast.
Yeah, right.
But no, but that's awesome.
Yeah.
And so tell us a little bit about Soul Research Foundation.
Yeah. So this group in Utah, it's called the Crescent Super Band. It's been around for a long time. My brother, so I keep mentioning my brother. His name's Chase Baird. Shout out Chase. He's a amazing jazz saxophonist. He plays with Antonio Sanchez, and you know, he's played with what's, I think his name is Mike Clark, and you know, many people, Shaka Khan, like, you know, wow. It just kind of runs. He's very wonderful. But when he was in high school, he was in this band, and it was kind of he's 5 years older than me, and it was sort of like the first few years of this band, and then it got to my turn to audition for the band, and it's an all-state band that tours around and plays with really, you know, really amazing artists. Like, this band has got great connections. It's run by Caleb Chapman. It's now called the Caleb Chapman Sound House. But I auditioned for the band and went in, and I sang like a Christina Aguilera tune and then some jazz song, you know. I was like auditioning for a jazz band, singing like, oh, you know, but
melting faces.
Yeah, exactly. No, but I think just being surrounded with jazz my whole life, I sort of picked it up, and so I auditioned for this band. And I remember being at my high school football game, and some girl came up to me. And she was like, "Hey, congrats on getting in the band." And I was like, "What?" I had no idea. And she was like, "Yeah, super band." And I was like, "Awesome!" And I think I was their second. They started having vocalists. I think maybe the last year my brother was in it, and so it would have been just a few years before I joined the band. Mm-hmm. So I was their second vocalist, I believe, of the whole band, of the iteration of Crescent Super Band.
So before that, it was instrumental.
It was only big band instrumental, and then they had this girl Susie Lind, and then I believe I was the next one. So I did this band. It was my sophomore year of high school. We went to I think that year we went to Chicago and played some festivals and played with a bunch of wonderful people. And then the following year, Caleb approached me, and he was like, "So I have an idea." And at this point, they only had, I think, the super band and I believe the Voodoo Orchestra, which was like a swing band. They'd play, you know, like a Big Bad Voodoo Daddy tunes and stuff. Sure. And he called me and he was like, "So I have an idea for a funk band, and I want you to be the lead singer." And I was like, "Great. When's the first rehearsal?"
Sign me up.
Yeah, so we did like a bunch of Tower of Power tunes and Stevie Wonder, and you know, play that funky music, and it was super, super fun. But so then I got to sing with that band for 2 years, and I won a couple Downbeat awards with that band, which was awesome, you know. And we got to play with Lenny Pickett, who's the house leader of the SNL band, Bob Mintzer, who's in the Yellow Jackets, Greg Bissonette, who's like an amazing drummer. He also was the voice of Winnie the Pooh for years.
Wow.
Super random.
Little tidbit.
Yeah. And then, you know, like a bass player that was the most recorded bass player of all time. I mean, it was just a really, really amazing experience. And that was in Utah of all places. You know, it was like this absolutely unreal experience that I got to have this, you know, amazing opportunity.
It's so fun. We're going to find out just how powerful Utah is for artists later on in the show. But for now, let's talk about the move to New York and your time at Marymount.
Yeah. Well, I so I sang with funk bands and jazz bands in high school, and then I auditioned for college. I auditioned for like 5 different colleges, each for a different thing. And like one was my safety school, one was a liberal arts school in New York, one was Boston University for straight theater, and one was Berklee College of Music, and the other one was Marymount Manhattan College for musical theater. And I remember my dad saying, "Are you sure you don't want to apply for more?" And I was like, "No, it'll be fine." You know, I just like have always been sure of like, "No, it'll be cool." It's
one of these.
Exactly.
It's going to be one of these.
Yeah, and it worked out. You know, it's funny because I did get into Berklee, but there was no scholarship, and so that school would have been really expensive in hindsight. And now I think about it, and Marymount, I was afforded a scholarship, and I got to go there and study musical theater and really develop this thing. I've always loved theater. I've been doing theater since I was like 10 or 11 years old. And so I got to study musical theater in New York City, and that was really, really amazing. And I'm really glad that I did it, and I worked my ass off, and I got a lot out of it. Had amazing professors and wonderful, you know, colleagues. And it was really, I had a really great time in college. It was wonderful, and I'm super happy that I did that. And then after school, I did a little bit of musical theater, but then I just went back to music. But in school, I did a lot of classical singing. Like I did, there was this show called Light in the Piazza. I did my senior year. Are you familiar at all? Or
no, it sounds Italian.
Yes. Well, yes. So half the show's in Italian, actually.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I played the mother in that show. And she's from Winston-Salem, so I got to talk like this the whole time. And,
Wonderful.
you know, it took place in the 1950s, so my character was all the time like, "Claire, what are you doing?" So it was a lot of dialect work.
So fun. Oh, but you stuck with it. It sticks forever.
This is my thing. Like, I've always been an impersonator and like an impressionist and like an accent person. So these kinds of things, I just do it, and then they're like forever with me. So, but yeah, it was really amazing, and I'm so thankful for it. And I got really great vocal training and great acting training, and I had dance every single morning from 9 to 10:30, and for 4 years, you know. So it's like.
You won't even catch me dancing at the bar. Like
it was difficult. Yeah, I was not a good dancer. Let's put it that way. Like to start, like I was in the most basic classes. I struggled, but then I was a strong mover by the end, as they say in the theater community.
A strong mover.
Yeah, I sing and I'm a strong mover.
That's so funny. It's so musical theater, or theater in general, just the whole culture that comes behind it, being an actor on stage is always intriguing to me. And I've dabbled, but I've never committed to it. And I always felt like I was taking somebody's part that really wanted it.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe I just need to stay in my lane. And I did, and it's been fine. But that's awesome. We're going to talk more about musical theater, but I do have to ask, as a fellow former cruise ship performer, I would be remiss if we didn't talk a little bit about your time at Viking.
Yeah, what ship were you on?
I didn't work for Viking. I worked for Holland America Line, and I did several of their ships. I did their New Amsterdam. I did the Rotterdam, a couple of the other boats out there. Some of them, I think 2 of the ships that I was on are not even sailing anymore. They're now rebranded under, most ships aren't sailing anymore right now, but most of the ships that I were on have been sold and rebranded at this point. But
Were you a house musician or?
yeah, I was just I had my own lounge and I just played requests and
That's awesome.
and guitar and singing, just kind of pub singer.
Yeah, I did not do that.
Yeah.
I did. I was in the theater productions.
Oh yes.
I on my resume, principal vocalist, I suppose. Because we had. It's so funny. So that ship is a smaller ship. It's about 930 passengers or so, and no one under the age of 18. So that was great.
Oh, that's a bonus.
It was amazing. I was like, oh, and it was like, so the ship is created, designed by a bunch of Scandinavians. I think it's a Norwegian company. So they have these beautiful ships. It's like you're on a big yacht. It was just like, oh, it was so nice. But there were 8 people in my cast. It was very small, and we had our own. We were on deck 8, which was the highest deck of the ship. and we were. What is the front? The
bow.
The bow. Yeah, we were at the bow of the ship. So when it was wavy, it was like. Like you could hear the anchor slamming against the ship and stuff. So
Oh my God.
if it was if it was bad seas, then it was not good. But we were mostly in the Baltic and the Mediterranean, so it wasn't usually rough
There's
seas.
a couple rough spots out there, but yeah, otherwise, when the seas are rough, being as far down and deep into the ship as possible is the best place to be.
Yeah.
Most of my I had one contract where my cabin was up on an upper deck. I think it was deck 10 forward, so we were right by the bridge. I was adjacent to the priest's cabin, so forgive me, Father. But yeah, so like I would run to the middle of the ship and as far down as I could go, and the weather was rough.
I remember one time, I don't really get seasick, but I remember one time where all of us, the seas were so bad. We were all down in the officer's mess on deck A, which was like, right there on the water level, slightly below. And we were all just laying on the ground like, oh, it was so awful. It was so awful.
And there's no escaping it.
Yep. You just have to deal with it.
You have to live through it.
Like, yeah, it was terrible. But aside from that, it was one of the best years of my life. It was so fun. So we had rehearsals in Orlando, actually, which was the first time that I ever came to Florida. And
no kidding.
Yeah, so that was in early 2017. And we did rehearsals. We had about 3.5 weeks of rehearsals. And we had to learn, I think it was 7 shows.
Man.
I think. Because maybe five or 6 shows. But there were... I think 7 shows total, but we each had to learn 5. So there were 3 shows that everyone was in. 2 of which were book musicals, and then, they were written by the production team for that ship.
Right.
And then one was an ABBA show, of course.
Ah.
And then,
awesome.
yeah. So and then the boys did a Rat Pack show in the lounge and a Beatles show on the pool deck. And then the girls had the French show that I mentioned earlier. And then we had a show called Song and Dance that we did with the 2 dancers on the main stage. And we had to learn all the shows in a very short amount of time. And it was unbelievably stressful. I was okay for a couple weeks. And then it got to ABBA where you had to learn like micography, like every count, like dun 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 dun, and I was like, I can't do this because I'm uncoordinated and da da da. So I lost it. I remember like we were staying at some like Hampton Inn and Suites or something, and we were rehearsing in the conference room, and I was like, I'm never gonna get it. This micography is gonna be the death of me.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, it's crazy because like some of those shows, or at least I know for us, like the cast would get on there, and some of the longer cruises, like those shows are like spread out over that entire time, like a 30-day cruise. I don't know if you did that many on the river cruises, but I
was on the cruise ship.
Oh, you were on the big one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. So yeah, did you ever do any cruises that were like 15 days or 30 days? Because you spread those out, and then you turn around and you haven't done one of those shows in a month.
Yeah,
it's like,
well, exactly. Most of our cruises were 2 weeks.
Oh wow.
So honestly, it was like the dream contract because we weren't performing every day.
Right.
The shows are 40 minutes, and then you can just get off and go out and port. And we didn't miss any major holidays. We were in Europe for summer.
Right. During the
So
summer.
we were in Scandinavia, like the most beautiful part of the year. And then once it started to turn to fall, we went to the Mediterranean. So it was like you could not have asked for a better contract.
Oh, great.
Mostly 2-week cruises though. So, you're going from Bergen, Norway to Stockholm, Sweden, and you do that in 2 weeks. And then you go from Stockholm to Bergen again. And then there was a period in June where we went Bergen, Norway, up to the top of Norway, and then back down to London. And that was a 2-week cruise, and they called it the Midnight Sun Cruise.
Ah, yes.
And I remember there was one night that we did a cruise show. It was like, I don't know if they did those on yours.
yeah.
Yeah, for like at like 11 o'clock at night, 11:30 when all the crew gets off work so they can actually come see our shows. And I wasn't in the last number, so I went outside onto the deck, and there was a rainbow at 12:30 at night.
Isn't that crazy? That's up in Honningsvåg. Is
Yep,
up
yes.
at the very tip there. Yeah, we've made that trip dozens of times.
Oh, how
Unbelievable,
beautiful.
right? It's so great. Yeah, the sun just kind of does this little kiss to the skyline and then takes right back off up in the sky.
It's really, really mind-boggling.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just something. It's so amazing. I remember seeing a sunrise at 3:30 in the morning in Stockholm. Things like that you just never forget. I love traveling, so it was really an amazing experience.
So in that time, what was your favorite part of the Baltic or the Med? Or both?
I loved Copenhagen and Stockholm. I really loved those places. I mean, Bergen was amazing because that was kind of our home port, really, and we were there over the course of the whole contract. We were probably in Bergen for 21, 22 days. It's quite a lot of time spent in Bergen, and there was this beautiful hike we would do every time that we got into port. I'd always go off and do the hike. And
was Bergen the hike where you go up the trail and I remember it vividly. There was an area, but there was a particular sign of a witch with like a cross out on it, and it was no witches. I'm assuming.
And there was it the one where they had all those kind of like troll and gnome things carved out of wood? They had those at that. So yeah. So then that was Bergen. Yeah. They had a gondola at the top, or like a tram or something.
I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe I haven't been out there in years. I mean, we're pushing a decade on being out. Oh my God. That's hard. That sucks.
Time to go back.
Yeah, no kidding.
Really?
I need to travel again.
Yeah, and Norway had been on my bucket list for a long time, and then I got this contract, and the guy, the director called me, and he was like, I have a job for you. And I was like, yes, finally. Because it was funny, the day before I was telling to my roommate, it would have been cool if I got that job, but oh well, on to the next. And then the next day I get the phone call, and he's like, so you want to know where you're going? And I was like, yes. And he, so telling me like Norway and Sweden and all over Scandinavia and the Mediterranean. I was like, when can we go? Like, can we go?
We're going to go right now.
Yeah.
I'm already packed. I'm ready to go.
It was pretty quick. It was less than 2 months that I had to like get my apartment sorted and put all my stuff in storage.
Amazing.
But I was down. I was like, let's go. I love this.
I love it. Cruise ships was such and I did it for years. It is such a huge part of my character building and my network of people that are now my closest friends. It was all through that and that experience in that time. So it's whereas I was completely burnt out by the end and was like, I'll never do this again. I could never ever throw away that experience. It's so good. And even just a year, like time is condensed. So that 1 year probably felt like an eternity of experience.
Ship life. Well, I was only on the ship actually for
life.
6 months. It was a short contract.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it was great. It was like by the time we were all sick of it, we were going home. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, you get back to New York and let's talk about the wedding band circuit.
Woo! It is a thing. I mean, like, so again, it comes back to my brother. He was playing, a bunch of doing like party band gigs and stuff, just, kind of pay the bills around the city when not touring and this and that. And then when I was working at Two Hands, another callback to Two Hands. This guy used to come in all the time. His name was Michael McClintock, and he got 3 scrambled eggs on toast with a double shot latte, and he would come in all the time. So I got to know him and just knew him from the cafe. And then I saw him. This is right after I got back from the ship, and I saw him at somebody else's cafe. I was going to support one of my friends. All the Aussies moved to New York, and they then open up Aussie cafes all over the
Right.
place. So I was supporting one of my friends that I used to work with at their new cafe. And I saw Michael there, and I told him that I just got off the ship, and we were traveling around singing a bunch, and he was like, "Oh, so you must be in tip top vocal shape." And I was like, "Well, yeah, and well,
Hair flip.
just like singing all the time." But he was like, "Well, so Ozzy is like, yeah, so I actually like do this party band. I've got this like wedding band thing, and like I gotta like throw it in because it's Australian. It was hard to master. I had all my coworkers be on my case. I was like, I need to put this on my resume, so tell me if I'm good or not.
Would I pass in the land of Oz?
And I've actually tricked people, but yeah. Anyway, so he's like, I've got this band, and I want you to, it's like a wedding band, and you can come audition. They've got an audition like this coming Tuesday or whatever. So I was like, yeah, I'll be there, and then I get there, I audition for the band, and then we make the connection that my brother already works for the band, and Michael's like, oh yeah, I just did a gig with him like last weekend, and I was like, oh, well, great. That's my brother. And so I started.
Keep it in the family.
Exactly. So I started, and it's, not a bad connection to have, and started singing with the band. And I did a few, that was probably like a February. And then I shadowed my brother on a gig. And then that following August, I had a few gigs. And then I guess, what was that? That would have been 2018. Then 2019, it was just like slammed with gigs. It was great. It was, a lot, it's good money, and it's fun, and I get to play with really amazing musicians.
Right.
Like this band, Silver Arrow Band, is the band that I sing with, and truly like world-class musicians play with this band. So you just show up, there's no rehearsals, and we just show up, and all the, hopefully like know people that are trying to book them that know this, but like it's an amazing band, and they get great musicians, which is why, but we just show up to the gigs, and like there's this app called Big, and we'll just like put the next song that we want to sing and like show it to the band, and then just kind of keep it rolling. Yeah. So it's really, really great. And now we're
going to put a pin in that app. Okay. So we're going to come back to, we'll circle back to that.
Yeah.
That sounds interesting.
It's a great app. Actually we'll mess around with it. But it's, I started singing with this band a lot. Now I'm kind of, I would, venture to say a main vocalist with the band, and, do a lot of gigs aside from last year, obviously.
Well, yeah.
Everything got canceled, but lots of stuff rescheduled for this year. So
excellent.
yeah, but it's super fun. I'm super fortunate to like have that be really one of my main sources of income, and be a freelance musician in New York City, which is
not
a lot of people can say that.
Yeah, that's something to hold as a badge of honor. Like,
yeah,
to be able to live in that city and thrive, not just get by, but thrive as a performing musician. Very, very cool.
It's really hard. I mean, I've definitely, like I said, I cried on the train listening to Stop This Train, and it's not easy. And I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm trying not to be jaded. I've lived there now for almost 10 years. So it's been a long time, but yeah. I have to remember, like, it was funny actually I've been writing bios and doing my promo and press releases and stuff for the CP. And when I was writing my bio for you, I was like, I have done some cool shit,
See?
I'm like, I've done some cool things in my life. So it was actually really nice to be able to reflect on that and be like, all right, my time has not been wasted.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't sell yourself short.
Yeah.
I'm sure that you don't. But well, let's talk about what we came here to talk about.
Yeah.
I want to know about this EP, but let's talk about working with producer Ashton Corey and putting together Sense of It All.
Yeah. So Ashton, funny story. We went to college together, and I always like to joke about it because we were in Footloose together and Light in the Piazza. And in each show, in Footloose, I played his mother, and then in the Light in the Piazza, I played his mother-in-law. So I always played his mother in these shows. But he is one of my great friends, a wonderfully talented artist, engineer, musician, sound designer, actor. I mean, it could go on. I'm very, very fortunate that he wanted to work on this project with me. But he approached me a couple years ago and was like, let's record one of your tunes. Like, he was kind of getting his setup together, and like he just got some new mics, and he was like, starting to get all his outboard gear and like all his stuff. And so I was like, all right, cool. So I brought over Alone Tonight. I'd just written it, and recorded guitar and vocals, and then he went in and I should have sent you the like demo version.
Oh, I would love that.
Because he totally killed it. I mean, like he went in and added like a MIDI drum track. He added violin. He added bass. Like it sounded really good for him doing it in literally a day. He was like, I'm just gonna like make an awesome track.
Right.
So we did this demo version of the tune, and then it kind of it lived as it was, and then time went by, and then it was early 2019 that I was like, I've got some tunes, I've got more tunes, and I think I want to record them. So I hired a band and we played a couple live gigs and played the tunes, saw what worked, kind of saw what didn't, and then Ashton and I just kind of started hitting the ground running with recording late 2019. And the intention was for the EP to come out last June.
Right.
But obviously that didn't happen because of the nature of the world.
Sure, of course.
So because Ryan and I, it was like March, and we were like, should we leave? Like maybe wait this out, like let's go to Florida for like a couple weeks and just like let this thing blow over. 3 months later, we went back to New York.
Right.
So, and like 3 months had gone by since we recorded stuff for my EP. Like we'd started laying down demos, basically like demo tracks for Alone Tonight and I think one other tune. But I got back and I was like, all right, Ashton, let's do this. We have the time now. Let's sit down and record this thing and make it the way that we want to make it. And because we have the time and we have relatively have the resources. Like he has really great recording equipment. And like I said, he's a really, really masterful artist. So we were able to record all these demos. And then I had most of the tracks we sent out to the musicians to have them record their parts remotely and then sent it back and sort of mixed it that way. A couple of the tunes that we had my bass player Antar Goodwin and my guitar player Leandro Pellegrino come in. And
what a fun name.
Yeah,
I know.
I was just thinking that.
I don't want to, I believe he is Brazilian. And he's like the nicest person of all time and a monster guitar player. He's actually in the Silver Arrow Band, which is how I know him.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. So I hired them and they came in and tracked a couple tunes together, I think, which was awesome. It gave it that really nice live feel. And then on another tune I had Antar record with the drummer remotely at the drummer's studio. But yeah, we just got all the parts and we wanted to get like real musicians,
Right.
We didn't want to use any MIDI tracks.
Right.
We didn't want any synthesizers, not that like all that stuff is cool and it has its place and I totally respect the art form, but I always had the dream of making an acoustic record and we did it. And it got down to the last instrument. We needed an organ for a few songs and we were like, should we just use a MIDI organ or, and I was like, no, we got to get the real Hammond.
Oh, you went this far. You had to see it through.
Yeah, I was like, it's a pride thing at this point. Like, I have to get all of the instruments, and not just a pride thing. Like, it paid off. You get that rotary sound from the organ. You can replicate it with a synthesizer, but you can't.
Right.
Like, so I found this guy. I looked him up on this website called Sound Better. I typed in like organ player Sound Better and he popped up on like the third page of Google and had nothing on his Sound Better profile. But I was like, I have a good feeling about this one. And I
he has absolutely no credentials.
Yeah, but he's the one.
Nothing on it. But he's the guy.
I love it.
Exactly. I was like, I have a good feeling. I went to his website and like he was just like, weird, like exactly what I wanted. Hired him. Truly wonderful, nice guy. I think he's Danish. He's based in London now, I believe. So we got the organ on there and then put it all together. And I think it really came out I'm really proud of it. There was a period of time when I was trying to figure out a title about a month and a half ago. And I got the masters back. I got a mastering engineer from Nashville who actually mastered a bunch of the country tracks that I grew up listening to. So
Amazing.
The fact that those people are accessible is really, it's amazing. I mean, so I got him, his name's Eric Kahn at Independent Mastering. And we had him, so I got the masters back and listened to the record with the intention of naming it. And I did. I named it, obviously. And then I didn't listen to it for like weeks.
Right.
Because I was so burnt out.
Yep. The ear fatigue is a real thing after, especially when you put your ears on the same thing, because you pour everything into the project.
Yeah.
That's very smart. Did you come up with that, or did somebody say you need to take a break?
I just was like, for myself, I was like, I can't listen to this anymore, because Ashton and I had just finished up like probably 5-6 days of long hours doing remote mixing sessions. And then I was like, okay, I can't listen to this. And then I don't know if it was necessarily that I was like, I'm not going to listen to this for 2 weeks. I think it was just, I just can't.
Just genuinely burnt out.
Yeah. And then I finally did, actually, in the car the few days ago, listen to the whole thing. And I was like, this is pretty good. Like, I'm really proud of this.
Shabby.
Yeah. It's really like, we were really going for that big Nashville sound, sort of reminiscent of the late 90s, early 2000s, with a, my twist on it. But we wanted that stereo Mutt Lange sort of, that big sound. And that's like, Alone Tonight was definitely Shania Twain, Mutt Lange territory, where we stacked. We had like 16 tracks of background vocals.
No kidding.
I think it was at least 16. He stacked the fiddle. I think there were maybe 3 or 4 fiddle stacks. And then, so we were really going for that sound, and I think we really accomplished it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Alone Tonight. We just got the layering and all of that. So just give us a little bit of background on the story, and that'll segue us into a big premiere.
How exciting! Music video. Alone Tonight. Sorry, basically like, okay. Honestly, I don't even. I wrote the song a couple of years ago, and it sort of lived as it was, and then this is funny. We played it live and it didn't really work initially. We were like, okay, how do we fix this? What do we need to do with the arrangement to make this work? And it was like, all right, we had like this driving drum thing. We kind of changed some parts of the arrangement, and then it just became this really big rock, like country rock sound that I really was digging. I think it's a really fun song, because it really is just the tip of the iceberg on the EP.
Right.
Because everything is me, but it all has a character. And this song, I think like people are going to listen to this song and think like, okay, cool, like country rock jam, we're going to like put the windows down and like, I found out, and everything has its place, but it's gonna be fun to see what people think about everything, because but I like this song as the lead single, because it's very it just really hits hard. And I think it's like, it comes out of the gate. I had someone recently describe it as like, like gospel like vocals. And I was like, yes, like to, because that's kind of what, I was going for with the sort of like gospel soul thing on top of this like driving country rock style. And I'm really happy that people are digging it.
It's awesome. Well, we got to take a peek at the video. I like to think that I was one of the first randos that got to see it before you premiered it on your social media this afternoon.
Yeah.
But what an adorable, I think you were, yeah. What an adorable video.
Thank you.
Really, really well done, and very excited to share it with all of you tuning in. So anything you want to tell us before I play it?
Well, it was interesting because, I don't know, we'll just see what people think. But the video, in terms of the song, it's, I don't want to sleep alone tonight. Like it's obviously very obvious what the song's about.
Right.
But, which is, I feel like it's the most pop out of all my tunes. So, which is fun. It's going to be like, people are going to see like a little bit more in the EP. But this song with the music video could have gone the obvious way, like girl struts down the street and like looks hot and is like, But I think we went a really cool direction. And I had some friends of mine, with their company Outaline Productions. It was John Hayes, Nissa Grant, and Sam Sierra with this company, and they're absolutely amazing. And they helped plan out the storyline and the idea of it and the aesthetic, and we recorded it actually mostly in my apartment. So it's
so fun.
Yeah, it's really fun and amazing team. My friend Will Ralston did my hair and makeup, and Ryan was there keeping me warm. It was like the coldest day of the year. So you'll see we were on a rooftop. It was like, I swear, it was literally like 28 degrees.
Oh my God.
And windy. So I was like,
yeah, 28 degrees in the sunshine. When the wind was blowing, negative 1,000.
yeah, exactly. So like, I was like, when the song came on, I was like, all right, don't shiver. And then like during the takes, I'm like,
Oh, no.
like couldn't, but you have to suffer for your art.
Yes. It sounds like something.
Yeah.
What's your favorite actress from Mommy Dearest?
Oh, Joan Crawford.
Joan Crawford. Yeah, sounds like something she would say.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, well, you guys are in for a treat. This is our premiere of Alone Tonight, the music video. You might see a familiar face also in this video as well, making a little cameo appearance. But check it out. Alone Tonight, Christine Baird.
Will you call me when you get off the train? I don't care if it's midnight again. All I wanna hear you say is, baby, I'm all white, don't you head this way? 'Cause I don't want to sleep alone tonight. I don't want to sleep alone tonight. A friend of mine, he said his love's gone and left. Oh no, I can't imagine any greater theft. Life can be cold and a beautiful storm. Promise me, baby, to keep your bed nice and warm. I don't want to sleep alone tonight. I don't want to sleep alone tonight. I know I would be alright. I don't want to sleep alone tonight. Every time you call my name, send shivers down my spine. I can't wait a minute more for your place or mine. Ain't no way that you can say you don't want me by your side. Ain't no way to make it through another lonely night. Ain't no way that you can say you don't want me by your side. Ain't no way to make it through another lonely night. Another lonely night. Another lonely night. I don't want to sleep alone tonight. I don't want to sleep alone tonight. I know I would be alright. I don't want to sleep alone tonight.
Yeah, that's a good
my
song,
God.
I think.
Oh
I think
my
it's
God.
a good song.
I think that was the first time I got to listen to it in headphones.
Yeah, it's cool, right?
What a you were not kidding.
Yeah.
The layers that are put into that, and totally worth it.
Yeah,
what a performance. Unbelievable.
Thank you. I mean, I have to hand it to Ashton. Like, he worked so hard on this record. We both did. I mean, we put in so much time and energy, and so on that tune, I had Brian Griffin playing drums, and then I had the organ player, Bob Fritzema, and then Ashton played bass, guitar, violin, harmonica, and he produced, mixed, and engineered the song. I mean, it was just like, he's a jack of all trades, honestly.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Lots of credits or album credits for him on that.
Yeah, seriously. But
So good.
I think that huge sound is what we were going for. I think we absolutely accomplished it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say so, man. Woo. So good.
I'm so glad you liked it.
Yes. In the video.
good.
Absolutely adorable.
It's fun, right?
So
It's not the standard direction that you'd think you'd go with the video. So that's why I really am happy with the way we decided to go.
Yeah,
you know?
it was fun. You were
Yeah.
sassy. Like,
Yeah.
it was just really, I mean, hair and makeup on point.
On point.
Yes. Awesome. Well, would you like to play a live song for us?
Yeah, let's do it. I
Awesome.
think I might plug in the electric if that's okay.
Don't threaten me with a good time. All right, you guys. Well, while she gets sorted out there, we're going to do the Jordy Files next. We'll get into the Jordy Files and move on from there.
You have so many compliments in the chat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we have so many fanboys and girls.
Oh my
happening.
God.
Yes.
Are they like,
They're like
"She's the
phenomenal
boss"?
voice. They're like
I
10
wanna-
out of 10 stars. I do recommend.
I
Excellent.
That's
Yes.
so funny. I was thinking about it earlier today. When I was like, when I was a teenager, maybe that's too old to admit. When I was younger, I used to look in the mirror at myself and like pretend I was doing interviews. And I'd be like, and I would like pretend I was, acting with a capital A. And I was looking in the mirror and I'd be like, yeah. So, like full on laughter. I was like monologuing with myself. And so it's fun to actually finally do a real life interview. I would pretend like Ellen was interviewing me, like, like you come in dancing, I'm like, yeah, so let me tell you. I'd like start telling stories about random things to myself in the mirror, practicing for this moment.
Oh,
It would have
well,
been so awesome to be a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
And see that.
oh well. Don't spare us any of those laughs. Those will take them.
You have to use them all.
That's the one.
You're hilarious. I need to come back here more.
Oh man.
You are hilarious, but I was, taking the joke to the next level.
Embellishing it.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
love it. All right, you guys, give it up for Christine Baird.
I look at you all, see the love there that's sleeping, while my guitar gently weeps. I look at the floor and I see it needs sweeping. Still my guitar gently weeps. I don't know why nobody told you how to unfold your love. I don't know how someone controlled you. They bought and sold you. I look at the world and I see that it's turning, while my guitar gently weeps. With every mistake we must surely be learning. Still my guitar gently weeps. I don't know how you were diverted. You were perverted too. I don't know how you were alerted. No one alerted you. Look at you all, see the love, oh, it's sleeping. While my guitar gently weeps, I look at you all, see the love, see the love.
Your guitar is not the only thing weeping. Oh my goodness. Woo!
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh,
Beautiful.
I love that song.
It is a good one.
It's one of the best songs ever written.
I would have to agree.
George
Yeah.
Harrison, I think the songs he wrote, and like I was learning something recently. What unbelievable songs!
Yeah, we give a lot of credit to obviously Lennon and McCartney, but I don't think we give enough credit to Ringo Starr. No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, I thought you were serious, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know the Beatles that well. Like, what songs did he write?
Basically, none of them.
Like, I could probably tell you if you gave me a song, I'd be like, oh, okay, I think so and so wrote that song. I think that was probably Lennon McCartney. That George Harrison wrote like the stuff.
Yes.
It was
Gut
just like,
wrenching, yeah.
Ooh. Prince's performance at, have you seen the one at the Rock and Roll, I think the Hall of Fame induction?
Oh, the one where he sent his guitar up to heaven and it just never came
And
back.
it disappears.
Seriously,
Epic.
that video, if you guys haven't seen it, it's Tom Petty. I believe that obviously Prince is there too. I think Mark Knopfler is playing, and
someone's son. Whose son? George Harrison's son was playing, I think.
I believe so. Also, Steve Winwood was performing on keys for that. But yeah, so Prince is just chilling off over, just kind of doing his thing, letting Tom Petty sing the song, and then it came time for Prince's guitar solo, and he stepped forward, and I don't think anyone in the front row survived.
No.
I don't think they lived through it.
How can you? It's one of the greatest guitar solos of all time.
And he finished it and just chucked that guitar straight up into the rafters to never be seen again. Unbelievable.
That's so funny because I remember I watched that recently and I noted that. I was like, the guitar didn't come back down after he threw it up in the air.
Ever again. It makes you wonder how many people were up there to be like, we cannot drop this guitar.
Yeah.
It's imperative.
Cannot
Do
fall.
not drop the guitar.
Oh, man. Well, you guys, we're going to let Christine take a little breather here while we get into the Jordy Files. Of course, each week, the enchanting Jordan Taylor gives us our On This Day music history, celebrity birthdays, departures, and gossip inside the Jordy Files. Jordy. We need to talk about that beatbox thing.
Yep.
Coming back to
She's
it.
recording some tracks.
Jordan, what's up?
Oh, hi, Brad. Not much. What's up with you?
Oh, the huge.
Excellent.
as they say.
Yes.
The kids say these days, the huge.
The cherubs.
The cherubs.
Yeah.
The cherubs.
Oh, those like little cherry tomatoes. Cherubs.
Yeah, little cherubs.
What do you got for us today?
Okay, we have some birthdays as usual. Taking it back to 1942, English singer, actor, harmonica player, radio personality, and television presenter Paul Jones from British group Manfred Mann, who had one of my all-time personal favorite singles, Do a Diddy.
Diddy Dum.
Diddy Dum.
Diddy
Yes.
Do.
Diddy Do.
Diddy dot.
Diddy period. He was also a member of the blues band, so he is our oldest birthday. And then in 1944, English pianist and organist Nicky Hopkins. We talked about organists. That's funny.
Yes.
It's a weird word to say. In 1947.
I'm not even, is that the right term? Organist?
I think it is. Right?
I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
What would be the other one? Organer? Organian?
Orgonian.
Orgonian.
I guess that's like someone from Oregon.
Origamian. No, different. And then in 1947, British-American composer, singer-songwriter Rupert Holmes, who had the 1980 single Escape, the Pina Colada song, everyone's favorite.
If you have pina coladas
Down.
and getting drunk in the rain. I don't know if that's the words, but that's what I would do in the rain.
Yeah.
That's what they mean.
Yeah, they're insinuating.
Yeah. Cheers.
Drunk, caught in. And then in 1947, Lonnie Turner, American bassist with the Steve Miller Band. And then in 1959, Colin Farley, British bassist with Cutting Crew, who had the 1987 single I Just Died in Your Arms Tonight, the most dramatic song.
It really is, but I love it.
It's so
much.
good, yeah.
You know,
It's a jam.
Tidbit,
Oh, bits.
Cutting Crew, I Just Died in Your Arms Tonight was the very first song ever played on JNC radio.
Oh,
my God.
It was the first.
was it?
Yeah. Truth be told, it was the first random MP3 that I had like just visible on my screen. And I was like, let's load that and see what happens. And it was the only track. So it just played incessantly. Now, of course, at this time, nobody was really listening. It was me kind of setting it up. But like somewhere there was a computer server that was dying in its arms tonight.
Wow.
Over and over again.
How profound. And then
How fun.
That is fun. We need to find that to pull it out of the vault. And then in 1974, American record producer, multi-instrumentalist, singer, and songwriter Chad Hugo, one half of the music production and writing duo The Neptunes. His partner is Pharrell Williams, who has produced numerous #1 hits for Mystical, Jay-Z, NSYNC, Britney Spears, and Nelly. So happy birthday to you.
Happy?
Happy. Oh, happy.
Yeah, something like that.
Happy. Classic wedding song.
Yes. And then our baby birthday, who I didn't even know. I mean, Billy Ray.
I didn't even know
he
born.
exists. Yeah, there's so many Cyruses. So in 1989, American musician Trace Cyrus, the son of country singer Billy Ray Cyrus,
Oh, you don't say.
and the brother of the one and only Miley Smiley, and Noah.
Smiley. That is a deep reference.
Thank you. He is the backing vocalist and guitarist for the band Metro Station.
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Oh, you know what? That needs to go on the JNC radio station. What was their big two? Metro Station?
I feel
They
like
had
I
that-
sound familiar, but I
They
don't.
had one
I know.
major tune.
I can't remember. I'm sure if you told me the title, I'd be like, oh my gosh, yes. And
Avi.
we'd know
I'll have to find
how
it.
goes.
I'm going to make a note.
Does anyone in the chat? Anyone?
Yeah,
got the
anybody
answer
know
for
Metro
us?
Station's
We'll
big
give
hit?
you a high five
I'll give you a high five.
for knowing it. Yeah.
High five.
He's also covered in tattoos.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, like a neck to. I mean, I
Oh.
don't. You know, I think all of his body, like definitely his arms and stuff, just covered.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Yeah.
Very cool. And then on this day in music history, in 1965, the first full day of filming took place for the Beatles movie Help, with the group riding bicycles on location near London Airport in England.
Wow.
And then In 1973, Roberta Flack had her second U.S. #1 single with Killing Me Softly with his song, started a 5-week run at the top of the charts. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
That's what it says. I'm reading. And then
Reading is fun.
It felt strange. And then in 1992.
That's what she said.
Thank you. Felt strange. Anyway, so in 1992, this is a big one. Kurt Cobain married Courtney Love in Hawaii on this day. And then
Why do I
That
feel
could
like
get controversial.
yeah, I feel like that wedding smelt like liquor and cigarettes.
and probably sweat.
Yeah. Ugh.
Sorry to all you Nirvana fans out there.
And Courtney
We
Love.
have a moment of like thinking about it.
Crickets.
Like, what did that look like? It was probably really fun.
I imagine it was a great time nobody remembered.
I was going to say, I imagine it was a very sober wedding for everyone.
indeed.
Yeah. No alcohol, no nothing.
Yeah.
And then in 2000, Carlos Santana won 8 awards at this year's Grammy Awards for his Supernatural album. Before Supernatural, the guitarist had not had a top 10 album since 1981.
That album was
Supernatural?
crazy. No, that record was humongous. Supernatural was, I mean, I think it's one of the best selling records of all time, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And isn't that crazy? He hadn't had a top since 1981.
Yeah.
Way to blow it out of the water.
Right.
Yeah. And then we must talk about the departures. In 2004, Estelle Axton, who helped create the legendary U.S. soul music label Stax, passed away at the age of 85. Stax was home to Otis Redding, Rufus Thomas, Isaac Hayes, and Booker T and the MGs. And then in 2014, Franny Beecher, the lead guitarist for Bill Haley and his Comets from 1954.
Bill Haley.
Haley. Oh, hey, sorry, Haley.
Yeah. It was,
1954.
let's rock around the clock,
It
right?
was a good. Was it?
We're gonna rock around the clock tonight.
Really? Is that him?
Yeah, man.
Oh.
I believe.
Okay.
I believe.
We'll give it to you. I couldn't even say his name. So
No more than I do.
Yeah, don't worry. Somebody in the chat room will call me straight out. So
Yeah.
if it's not the case.
we'll find out soon. So from 1954 to 1962, died in his sleep from natural causes at the age of 92. And he continued to perform with the surviving members of the Comets into 2006.
Wow.
So, yeah. And then in 2020, American guitarist, songwriter, and producer David Robeck, best known as the founding member of the duo Maisie Starr, died at the age of 61. I actually listened to the song today. I was like, maybe I know this. It sounded familiar, but I don't. The Fade Into You. Have you heard that? Apparently it
I'd have
says
to hear it. Yeah, I don't know.
the American alternative rock band formed in 1989 from the remnants of the group Opal. They were best known for their song Fade Into You, which brought the band some success in the mid 1990s and was the group's biggest mainstream hit. So,
I'll have to check that out.
yeah, it was a good one.
Do you remember how it goes? Can you give us a little teaser?
Oh,
We're
Brad-
on the spot now.
Brad, listen to it. Take it away.
Let me just do it all, huh?
yeah. Just play it.
Here, I'll toss you a guitar.
Yeah, right.
Perfect.
A la Prince.
Just
but
don't
catch
get it.
it.
Don't get it stuck in the ceiling.
Yeah.
It might not come back down.
Oh no, my guitar is stuck in the ceiling again.
Just like Prince.
What am I gonna do now?
I hate when that
I
happens.
hate when that happens.
Shucky darns. And that is all for the Jordy Files.
Jordy Files.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Nice.
You're far too kind.
I do want to mention before we move on, there is a new addition to the Legendary JNC Lounge. It was just bestowed upon me today, and it's actually just behind Jordan. It's kind of hard to see, but did you see where I put it?
I don't know.
Behind you. So, our good friend Captain
yes,
Johnny
yes.
Ringo of the Code Rum Company has been working with another company called Ringo Ring Toss, right? And
Ringo Starr ring toss?
Oh, wait.
nope, just Ringo Ring Toss.
Do you want to go back to it? I'm gonna
Yeah.
Vanna White it.
There you go.
No.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to see
you
anyway.
can't even see it on the screen. Okay, sorry.
So yeah, it's this really cool ring toss game. It's taking the world by storm. And I got the opportunity to meet Troy, who is the owner proprietor of the Ringo ring toss game, and he's got like the dopest huge van that's all like Ringo'd out. It's all branded, and he was just coming through town from New Hampshire. And happened to stop by the lounge here just after we finished recording.
Quite the journey.
Yeah, just we finished recording Ringo's radio show this afternoon, and he stopped by and was so gracious and gave us one of the ring toss games to put in the lounge here. So shout out to Ringo Ring Toss! Woo!
We can't wait to use it. I finally learned how to do it, so I'm so excited.
Yeah,
I learned the secret.
It's a cool addition. I ran out of time. I wasn't able to like get the string on and everything, but we'll play it one of these days. We'll have a little contest.
Excellent.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, that was the Jordy Files and a little plug there for.
Have you played the ring
Ringo.
toss game? I feel like it's a Florida delicacy.
Is that the one where you hold the string out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have played that. And I think
Nice.
the first time I played it was in Florida.
Yeah, I
There
think
you
it's
go.
only, I don't know. I have never seen it before here.
It comes from the Bimini ring toss game that you find in the islands, but yeah, it crept up to Florida, I think, a little bit. But yeah, this is a New Hampshire venture, so
It's fun and very difficult.
Yes.
yeah. The more you drink, the worse it gets.
Yep.
Yeah, you wouldn't
for
think.
most people,
Yeah.
but some people it gets better.
It usually goes the other way. The more you drink, the better. The
Right?
easier it is.
I don't
Not
know.
This one.
My
No.
motor skills get worse the more I drink. Anyway, as many of you that watch the show on the regular have seen and witnessed, you guys, you can binge all the Jordy Files segments at jncpodcast.com. Just click on the Jordy Files link. I just spent the entire day yesterday updating, so they are all in order, and they are very, very recent now. So you can genuinely go and that's for all the video clips, the performances, the inside the Lipton tea, which we're about to get to.
It's like
But yeah.
it's like I always wanted to be on Jimmy Fallon and do like Wheel of Musical Impressions or something. So I feel like it's something like that where I'm like, I finally get to do a talk show game.
It's not. It's
You would be
worse.
so good on that. Where they do the spin and they give the artist and the time frame.
It's
or
like the
something.
only reason
It's
I'd want to be
so
famous
fun.
is so I can go do that.
That would be so
You know what I
awesome.
mean?
That's goals.
Yeah.
That's
I
goals.
just want to be on the Tonight Show so I can play Wheel of Musical Impressions.
I love it.
Yep.
Love
Don't
it.
fault you there.
Sad.
Oh man.
It's a goal.
Yeah.
It's
Right?
a main goal.
You know.
Well, you guys,
I'm
up
with you there.
next, as we mentioned, we'll put Christine on the hot seat inside the Lipton tea. But how about another jammy jam?
Woo. Okay.
Woo.
We can jam out. So this one I do on it's funny because usually it doesn't have lyrics but there's a Queen Latifah version of the tune with lyrics. And so I always pull this out at like the dinner sets at weddings and stuff. And
Nice.
and it's fun and the band is, they can jam out on it because they usually played it during cocktail hour and as an instrumental version. But I'll play this fun little ditty.
Love it.
It seems that life has played a game on me. I'm lost in the sea of misery. My brother is turning his back on me. Heartache, why won't you just let me be? Oh baby, have some mercy, please. Don't make me think I'm bending knees. Oh please, mercy, 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 please. Have mercy on me. Mercy, 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 please. You know I love you, and I'm begging you for one more chance, one more. Don't you know life has got a many twist? Loving you is the one thing I cannot resist now. Your love and understanding you've been giving me. Without you, I just can't go on living. Now, baby, have some mercy, please. Don't make me beg on bending knees. I'll play mercy, 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 please. Have mercy on me. Mercy, 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 please. How can I face life without you? What would I do if we were through? Oh, baby, have some mercy, please. Don't make me beg on bended knees. Oh, please, mercy, 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 please. Have mercy on me. Mercy, 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 please. You know I love you, and I'm begging you for one more chance, one chance, one more. You know life has got many a twist. Loving you is the one thing I cannot resist. No, your love been understanding you've been giving me. Without you, I just can't go on living. Now, baby, have some mercy, please. Don't make me beg on bended knees. Oh, please, mercy, 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 please. Have mercy on me. You know I love you, and I'm begging you for one more chance, one chance, one more.
Yeah. Woo.
Such a powerful voice.
Right?
I just want you to sing every song, kind of.
Right, we're gonna start
just
at the
covers,
beginning.
original, yeah.
Let's
Just
start at the very beginning.
Oh, yeah.
A very good place to start.
when you
We'll run all the genres. Name one. Let's do it.
Oh my God. Well, let's before we get into the Lipton tea, let's talk about beatboxing for just a minute. Because that's one thing I've never been able to master, or not that I really put a lot of effort into it, but how did that start for you?
Yeah, well, I'm definitely not a master, but this guy Blake Lewis, who was on American Idol in 2006, he was I was absolutely just obsessed with him, and he was a beatboxer, and he came onto his audition, and I think he did like live. And like I learned all the songs that he did. I think he did like a oh gosh, I'm trying to remember, like I don't know. It was one of those things where I'd go onto these American Idol forums and I would find all of his old recordings, and it was like like all I don't even remember the songs, but I was so obsessed, and I would listen to all of these songs that he did, and I just started beatboxing along with his stuff. So I've always just tried to like work it into stuff, and like I try to do it at weddings sometimes, and I don't do it enough, but it's super fun.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so request.
Yep.
The next song that you play, you think you'd be able to work it in? I know I'm putting you on the spot.
I've never practiced it with the guitar. Ugh, I don't know if I could do it. I don't know. I'd have to think about like what song to do with it, because I'll have to think about that, because that's hard. Like beatboxing and playing guitar at the same time. Like talk about like singing and playing guitar at the same time is hard, but like adding in a like percussion like
right.
I don't know. I could do it myself. Like all that kind of stuff, but like so hilarious. But I'm trying to remember that one song that I was just obsessed with, but maybe I'll think of it later.
Oh, so good. All right, we'll figure something out. And of course, a request is just a request.
Yes.
Most people need to take that note and understand that, if you make a request, then get mad because the person doesn't know it. Or just doesn't feel like playing it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
That live music culture,
It's hard. That's something I do need to practice. It's a good gimmick.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to work in. I just haven't practiced beatboxing and playing guitar at the same time.
Right.
So
Yep. It's all separation in the brain hole.
Yeah, on the list. It's on the list.
I love it. Well, you guys, we put our guests on the hot seat in this rapid fire interview inspired by the late, great James Lipton of Inside the Actors Studio. This is Inside the Lipton Tea. very intense. Hello and welcome to Inside the Lipton Tea.
I think is this the moment where I look straight into the camera, like answering the question?
Sure.
No, I don't.
My name is Brad Brock, playing the part of Mr. James Lipton, and I'm here with singer-songwriter, beatboxer extraordinaire, Christine Baird.
Yeah.
Christine, are you ready?
Yes, I think so. I don't know.
All right.
I take that back. Yes, I'm ready.
What is your favorite word?
Squeegee.
What is your least favorite word?
Ooh, I don't know if I can say it on here. Let me think of a different one. Ooh, that's really hard. I guess failure.
Oh,
Like if I'm gonna go like existential about it, I don't know. That just came to my mind, so maybe that works.
it's a good answer.
Yeah.
What turns you on?
A musician.
Her too.
Yeah.
I hope. What
the
turns you off?
Chewing loudly. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a
Mouth
turn off.
smacker.
Yeah, mouth noises. I can't do it.
Oh, I bet you're living the dream in those headphones right now.
I actually can't. You guys are really good. Like, sounds like you have like green apples under the desk or something. Like you're keeping that, you're keeping the moisture happening. So there's no smacking, you know?
Oh, good.
Green
Thank God.
apples under the desk. Let me write that down.
That is a good one.
I did that on one of my tracks because there was a tune that required me to sing really close to the mic, and so there was a lot of mouth noise happening, and because I was singing like I might play it later, but it's like a so I have to be very close to the mic, and Ashton was like, let's get some green apples, and like because I guess it stimulates the moisture and stimulates your saliva glands, so it actually helps. And a lot of voiceover artists use that trick.
I just use beer.
There
that
you go.
Seems to be a go-to for me.
Cheers.
Cheers. What sound or noise do you love? Did I already ask that? No, we were just talking about noises though.
Wait, I think you missed one.
Did I?
Well, you said what turns you on. And then
Yeah.
I think what turned...
What turns you off?
Mouth noises.
Mouth
mouth
noise.
noise. Okay,
Yep.
I'm sorry. I'm behind.
We had
now-
a whole conversation about
I know.
And now we're
got-
back.
Okay, sorry.
What sound or noise do you love?
it. I think I would have to say ocean waves, like birds chirping, just like freshness.
Yep. Life,
Yeah.
movement.
Yeah.
Yeah. What sound or noise do you hate?
I guess really, really super high pitched noises that I can't control.
Oof.
You know, like there was something I was using I was using some technological device recently. I honestly don't remember what it was, but there was like a coming out of it, and I'm like, can't handle that. So maybe that, because it's piercing.
That's fair.
Yeah.
What is your favorite curse word?
I say "God damn it" a lot. I like "God damn it" because it's fun to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, like "God damn it," like it's. I think I like that one.
Nice.
Yeah.
What profession other than your own would you like to try?
An astronaut. Yeah. I was just talking about this recently. If I was better at math and science, and if I wasn't passionate about music, then I think it would have been really amazing to be an astronaut, because I love space,
Right.
super fascinated by it, but I don't have the book smarts for that.
Yeah. Somebody recently, or maybe not recently, but somebody said that.
Nor the patience.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of college classes that go along with that.
Yeah.
I just want to be the pilot. I could probably get through pilot school.
Yeah.
Somebody said that space smells like burnt toast or something like that. You guys ever hear that?
How weird. How would they know? You have a suit on.
I don't know. Some scientist lady here on the planet Earth discovered that space smells like burnt toast or
Has
something.
she been
She
into
just-
space?
I could be completely wrong on what it is, but it smells like something relatable.
I wonder if it was maybe the rocket fuel that had been burning the whole time she was flying up there.
Maybe.
You know?
I don't think she's ever been to space. I think it was like a sample or like a sample.
Oh, they brought like
back.
a baggie back of air.
Yeah, I was just saying there's no air in
no air.
space.
Or they brought just like a
How does that work?
piece of burnt toast.
I have to say that Ryan chimed in on the chats. I think this was to your question, what turns you on? Or maybe what turns you off.
Yeah.
All right.
What did he
He
say?
said your boyfriend.
Oh yeah,
You just said your boyfriend. Yeah. I didn't finish my sentence. How about that? Seems right.
exactly. That's why I'm with him, because I'm completely turned off by him. Yeah,
That's always the best reason to be
Yeah.
together.
absolutely.
How to be more comfortable.
What job would you not do under any circumstance?
I don't know. Like, I'll probably work at a desk, like do a 9-to-5 job, or do anything that has to deal with like sewage. I can't do that.
I feel like this is the most common. In fact, our guest last week said sitting behind a desk in an office.
I would absolutely go crazy. Like I'd honestly rather move to an island and work at a surf shack. Like I can't do it. It was totally soul crushing. But yeah, that or like working with like really smelly things. Can't.
Yes, like poop.
Yep, exactly. I was gonna say yeah, poop. Poop. Can't do that.
It looks worse the more room temperature it gets to.
Yeah, I can't even have a dog. Like I don't even want to pick up dog poop. Like that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel you. And finally, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
It was all a dream.
It was all a dream. Ooh, that is existential.
Yeah.
And that is Inside the Lipton Tea.
Very good. Very good.
Very good. Well, you guys,
Did I pass?
you did. You did. Absolutely.
A.
A plus.
A plus.
A plus.
That's
plus.
that's what I like to hear. It's like a Christmas story. A plus.
Yes.
Ralphie, you did it.
Ralphie.
A plus. She like goes around the whole room.
Classic.
Oh, so good.
Well, you guys, coming up, we'll play a round of Name That Tune with all of you tuning in, but how about another jam?
Sure.
Ooh, we're getting all the jams.
We are getting all the gems.
All the gems.
Okay.
All right, you guys, get your thinking caps on because we got a fun Name That Tune coming out. I think Jordan might actually get
One.
some of these right.
So
I'm just going to do a quick little, speaking of tunes, quick little tune because I put a capo on. So want to make sure things are still in line.
This is the ancient Chinese technique of tuning.
Are you being sarcastic?
Yes,
Okay.
incredibly so.
I was like,
Okay, good.
music. I mean, they had music in ancient Chinese culture, so you
Yeah.
never know. They created a lot of things.
I would not be surprised if
they
that's
created a tuner.
incredibly factual and
Yeah.
And I'm making a joke out of nothing.
Although I don't know if they had guitars. I actually did learn recently, which was very interesting. Which it makes so much sense that French classical harmony, that they started incorporating sevenths into their harmony, and then when they came here, obviously there's a big French population in New Orleans, and that was where jazz came from, and so that's kind of like why a bunch of the 7 chords started getting introduced, because
No
before
kidding.
that it was romantic harmony and more like sort of classical dum ba da dum bum bum, and then and it makes so much sense that like with the French sevenths and all of that stuff coming together that you'd get jazz and soul and blues music. And anyway, I thought that was just a random tidbit for the day.
No, it's a great. Where would we be without somebody saying, it would sound great? This seventh. Let's just go 7 notes up
Yeah.
and see what lands on it. It's a lucky number.
Yeah. Get that dissonance, that emotion in there. So this is another original tune. I'm just like, I'm doing a bunch of acoustic tunes from my record, which is very exciting for people.
It's very, very cool. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to listening to the entire record.
Yeah.
And this is exclusive, guys. This is the first time that these are being broadcast to the masses.
Yeah. Here we go. Pack your bag and look toward the sun. Let it guide the journey you're on. Don't worry, I'll be here when you get home.
ease your mind with the ocean breeze. Contemplate your life in a sea of trees. Get lost in a nameless town. Eat something you can't pronounce. So when you've had enough and all your shoes are scuffed, I'll be there to greet you at the door. I'll be there to greet you at the door. There've been times when the two of us find space in the way we trust, but trust me, I'll always hold your heart. Years from now, when we're old and frail, and we've beaten up that trail, no matter what our story's been, I'm here till the bitter end. So when you've had enough and all your shoes are scuffed, I'll be there to greet you at the door. I'll be there to greet you at the door. I expect the road you walk to outshine the silver screen, and you travel far beyond everything you've ever dreamed. So when your weary heart decides to come down from the blue, you can rest in comfort knowing the roads I walked led me back to you too. So when you've had enough and all your shoes are scuffed, I'll be there to greet you at the door. I'll be there to greet you at the door.
Oh my God.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
So, I don't do this super often, but that might have been one of the most, I'm going to cry. Serious. That might have been one of the most beautiful songs I've ever heard.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that is.
You're going to make me cry.
It's so, well, I definitely want to talk about that a little bit because it just hit me. Oh my God, what's happening to me?
Oh no.
I feel like the Grinch. What's happening to me? I love you.
I feel. What is he? I don't know what he says, but.
You know, it just hits like it's such a, you know, it's such a traveler's song, you know, or somebody that's wayward, you know, and then having somebody that it's like you go and do it, and I'll be here when you come back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, and it could just apply to a lover. It could apply to a family member or a father, or it's like so many applications. And, you know, as somebody who traveled quite a bit in my 20s, missing Christmases and things like that, to be able to come back, you know, I was always able to come back to my mom's house or my brother's house, you know, and it was always just super welcoming. And so that song is gorgeous.
Thank you so much. That I mean, I that's amazing for me. I'm speechless, you know. And that is always that is the only thing I want to do with music is touch people. Honestly. I mean,
well, you did it tonight. Very, very excited for this record, and I congratulate you. Like, that songwriting, is just.
thank you.
There was one other song that kind of hit me like that, and it's by a guy named Matt Anderson, blues guy from Canada, and he wrote a song, and the name is escaping me, but basically. He goes out and does whatever he wants, and and is a road dog on the road playing music, and the hook of the song is "She comes down to let me back in," and just powerful stuff. And that type of song or that subject matter really is personal to me. So
well, and it's so freeing too. I mean, that was the thing about that song. I wrote it. The song is called "Dear Lover," but obviously, if it can work with so many different kinds of relationships and different walks of life. But I wrote the song because, I'm definitely a traveler. I'm definitely a wayward soul. However, I think it's really beautiful when you kind of have that person that you can feel that way about. Like, please live your life. Go be, go do, go experience, go see, go feel, go listen, go eat. Go get lost,
right.
and then that's what I always want to do. Like that's so much what I want to do. But I think it's beautiful to have that, give that person that freedom to do whatever it is that they want to do to have a really fulfilling life.
Sure.
And know that no matter what happens, that you'll always be there for them. And that was kind of really with the bridge in that song. I also wrote it with the intention of like, I'm going to go do my stuff too. But
sure.
I'm also want you to know that the lyric is, the roads I walked led me back to you too. So it's like, no matter what happens in this life, you'll always have comfort in me and in what this is.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Thank you.
Christine. Wow.
Thank you so much.
Really, it's only happened a couple of times on this show, and we see so many really incredibly talented songwriters and musicians, and blessed to for people to accept our invitation.
It's amazing. I'm so happy to be here. I honestly I'm so happy to be here. It's really, really wonderful and
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, we're about to ruin it for you with everyone's favorite segment here. You guys, we invite all of you tuning in live to play along with us here in the JNC Lounge. While we write our answers down on the boards, you'll be putting your guesses in the chats and comments. We're looking for the name of the song and the artist. And of course, at the end of the game, we'll choose a lucky participant to get some fun JNC podcast swag. So play along, Mama Hearn. I'm rooting for you to send you some swag. She's tuning in.
Swag.
Yeah, I think she's still there.
Swag. You should freestyle rap over it. Okay, ready?
Oh yeah.
I can't do it.
No.
I'm the worst. That's
Wow,
why,
just you have nothing, huh?
Yeah.
Put Brad in the hot seat.
Yeah.
the seat's probably pretty hot as it is. Anyway. Oh my gosh. All right, you guys, let's play Name That Tune. All right.
All right.
How about that? Oh man, I guess I could have covered up those two empty slots, but we got Christine in there twice, which is great.
Well, you know what? I think
Two angles.
Is Ryan here?
Should we bring Ryan in?
Ryan,
Do you want to come play?
come play.
Come play with us.
So the Ryan Owens is
The Ryan Owens is just hanging
he's
outside.
just hanging out in the green room. We'll call it the green room.
Name that tune.
There he is.
He's here.
See, oh.
Do you guys remember that game on addictinggames.com? Did you ever go on addictinggames.com?
I think so.
There was this game called Name That Beard. And it was the stupidest game ever, but I only played it because you had to like it'd give like an outline of a person, but without their beard. And it would show their beard and then you would have to name who it was. So they'd have like ZZ Top or like Jesus or so. And then there was one, so like you go through all the things and then there was one where you have to name Rasputin's beard. And I played this game so often just so I could get to this point because then it shows Rasputin and then they always play a song after it. Like they'll play some random thing and it goes, la la, la machine, whatever that, it's like, la la, Rasputin. But anyway, I just love that song. And
midnight, she's like this. And I'm like,
amped up. So
I love it. That's great.
Oh my God.
we'll go find that game and play the song. It's hilarious.
I love it.
Oh man.
That sounds so fun.
I love
Name
early
that
2000s game websites.
Oh God,
so good.
so good.
I think we should sign a petition. We should get Flash to come back. We should bring Flash back.
the show.
No, like the computer games or whatever. That nonsense, horrible loading. I guess apps kind of ruined Flash, but I remember I had to I do graphic design work, and I remember back in the day when I had to do this massive learning curve to learn the Flash platform to build websites in Flash. Bane of my existence, the worst platform ever. Nothing ever loaded right. Nope. It always looked weird.
On, like,
yes, exactly. And then thank God HTML5 came out, and it's so much easier to program. And anyway, nerding out again.
Are
you guys
Yes.
ready for Name That Tune? Never.
I guess we are.
Can you hear everything?
Oh, I can
Good.
hear everything.
Perfect. All right, you guys. Tonight's category is artists from Utah. Dun, 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 dun.
Wow, I hope I know this. It'd be really embarrassing if I don't.
I was
No pressure.
absolutely blown away at the amount of incredible artists that came from Utah.
Wow.
I mean,
I'm trying to think if I know any off the top of my head,
They're
but
just stuck
Yeah.
in the
we'll figure it out.
We're going to blow some minds here, people.
Yeah.
We're going
Oh
to blow
my
some
God.
minds.
so first clue. Here we go. Perhaps. Sometimes
What
these
is the
things.
sound of silence?
Rasputin, you wake up the la machine. Oh.
Here it is one more time because that took a long time to load.
Oh my God, I can't remember his name.
Be sure, you guys, to put in your answers in the chats and comments. We're watching that. You don't win anything if you get the right answer, but we'll give you a ding. A little ding.
Yeah, good old thing.
You get a little ding.
Gil Dingy.
Penny Hearn said Hall & Oates, and that is not correct.
So wrong. No.
Sorry, Penny. All right. Well, that's out there in the universe. Let's. Are you guys ready here?
Yep, I just got it. Okay. I think
Oh boy. Okay, Ryan, show us your camera's right up here.
I just wrote my girlfriend is hot. I have no idea who that is.
Winner.
That works too.
Points, bitch.
What did you get, Jordan?
I did The Death of a Bachelor by
Oh,
Panic at the Disco.
That is correct.
That is it.
Brendan Urie.
Yeah, you took it a step
One
further.
further. Nice.
I couldn't
Well
remember,
done.
and then I remembered at the last second.
Perfect.
J. Brian Anderson
I didn't
on
know that.
YouTube said Brandon Urie. So
I had no
well
idea.
done, J. Brian Anderson.
Hey, that's my cousin.
Hey, how about that?
Hey, Brian.
Okay, we're just calling him Brian.
Yeah.
All right, Brian.
I like the full.
J. Brian.
I had no idea Brendan Urie was from Utah.
From Utah. Isn't that something? I
That's
learned
super
something
I
today.
feel like this whole thing is going to blow your mind.
Yeah.
It's always a learning experience, for better
So
or for worse.
crazy.
Here is the second clue tonight.
I'm waking up to ash and dust.
And I always mention this. It's so fun to do these because I get to listen to fun music that I maybe wouldn't necessarily get into. Here's that clue one more time for you listening at home.
I'm waking up to ash and dust.
I know this, and but I don't remember their name.
Yeah, same. I'm in the same boat right now, and I feel very upset. Losers.
Ryan's already in it to win it.
I got this one.
And these guys, okay, if it's the same people that I know, they were affiliated with that band that I used to sing with in Utah.
No kidding.
The guy that directs that band knew these guys and and I can't remember their freaking name.
Oh, yeah, I can't either.
Do you want me to tell you?
All right, let's see what you guys got here in the lounge.
Oh.
Not Believer.
No, definitely not.
I
It
put
is not.
Animal something, Neon Animals.
Oh, good guess. They're a great band.
That is not, but maybe don't erase that. It is Imagine Dragons. That is the correct
Oh,
answer.
nice dragon.
Yeah, look at that.
And the name of the song is Radioactive.
Should've known that.
Radioactive.
To ash and dust.
Wow.
How about that?
I only know that because my little sisters, when they were like 10, would be like, Ryan, play Radioactive.
All right, next clue.
And see, I know that, but
Oh, and you erased it.
It started with a whisper.
Look at you ahead of it.
I knew. I just knew. That's the one band that I know that's from Utah.
Trying to remember what Christine wrote.
Was I right?
Started with a whisper.
You are right.
Okay. I was like, I know it's something like that.
They were one of my favorite bands. So when they came out, they hit so hard. I was like, I love these guys. So good, so good. All right. Let's see what you guys got here in the lounge.
I mean, I don't Neon Animals? No.
But is it part of nature?
Oh.
What do you have?
I put Animal Crossing and
And then
crackers.
the crackers. What do you got, Jordan?
Points for creativity. Everybody
Jordan.
talks.
Everybody Talks by Neon
Started with
Trees.
a whisper.
Do they have a song called something like with an animal?
Oh, yeah, they
Yeah.
have the song Animals.
Animals
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, that was their first
Okay.
first big hit.
I knew there was
Search
a
would have got you there.
what?
I said the Google search for you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
I knew it was something about animals, but
Yep.
you know.
You know. All right, here's the next
That was
clue,
good.
you guys.
And they called it puppy love.
Had to put a throwback in there.
Okay, this is hilarious.
Jordan's face.
This was okay.
What
I'll tell
the
you after.
This is a Utah treasure, by the way.
Oh.
The group or the person? What do you want?
Both. I
Um,
don't know.
Both.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah.
And they called it puppy love.
Just to mention, Linda got Imagine Dragons. We're starting to get our chat feedback, which is so nice.
I'm just writing what you're right. I'm just reading what you're writing, and
Is it right?
no,
Oh,
And Deborah,
but it's hilarious.
it kind of sounds like her.
Deborah got it with Donny Osmond. That is the artist, the Osmonds, Donny Osmond.
Thank you.
Paul Robertson from Drums and Rum said Snoop Dogg. That is incorrect.
Snoop Dogg.
It is Donny Osmond. Let's get the name of the song, you guys.
Puppy Love.
Well, the song Puppy Love. I just wrote Raggy.
It is Puppy Love. What do you got there, Jordan?
I thought it was Gwen Stefani.
Not Gwen.
Listen to it again.
They have a song called.
And they called it puppy love.
Sounds like Gwen Stefani.
I mean, it kind of. You might be onto something. It kind of sounds like Gwen Stefani. We should reach out to her and see if she'll cut a cover of that.
They have a song called "Going Back to Utah." I think it's called "Going Back to Utah." The Osmonds.
No kidding.
So Donny Osmond was the first concert I ever saw
No way.
in Salt Lake City. I went with my mom. She used to work she was a tour guide at the Osmond studio when she was in college. And she, would walk around, give people tours of the Osmond studios. A friend of mine, her mother dated Donny Osmond for a very short time.
Wow.
Like hilarious small world things. And then I saw them I saw Donny Osmond for this first concert. My mom and I were sitting on the row with all of his brothers. So she like went up and talked to, what Alan Osmond and all the different Osmonds and stuff. Super
God.
random.
Gosh,
My favorite,
funny.
my favorite Osmond or Donny Osmond story was him and his family were sailing on Disney Cruise Line, and I was working on that ship at the time, and so me and the jazz trio would all go to dinner together at the restaurant because we had like guest privileges or whatever. So we go to the restaurant, and every single night of my contract, they would just bust into "Happy Birthday" for me, and sing "Happy Birthday" every night.
Oh,
To the point where the staff like got hip to it, and they would bring me a little cake every night. So just so happened that we were at our usual table because we were mobsters on the cruise ship. We'll take the usual table, and it just so happened that Donnie and his family were eating dinner at the same time. So, boom! Happy birthday happens. So Donnie chimes in and starts singing "Happy Birthday" to me. Random day in July, not anywhere near my birthday.
and he has an amazing voice. I mean, I'll Make a Man Out of You is one of the best Disney songs of all time. And it's because of Donny Osmond's vocal performance on that song.
No kidding.
That is so amazingly
I need to
epic.
revisit his record collection.
Just immediately look up the Mulan song.
Do I have you on the mic?
I don't
I have
know.
your mic on?
Is this my mic? I didn't even think about that.
Oh, yeah, there you go. He's just talking.
Hey. I'm just talking. I'm just.
Yeah, there you are.
Let's get down to business.
Yeah. It's so
But
good.
It was so crazy. Like I knew he was sitting there, and I knew that birthday song was coming, and I was like, oh,
No.
what's going to happen? It was so great. And at the end of my contract, they threw a big birthday party for me in the crew mess, banners, and like just all this nonsense. It was crazy.
That's so good.
So fun.
Oh.
Really, really.
That's yeah.
Yeah,
great
those guys
story.
were crazy, and they're local. They still that trio lives in South Florida.
Donny Osmond sang you happy birthday on your not birthday.
On my not birthday, very unbirthday.
A very merry on birthday.
You.
Oh,
All right, you guys.
so
I have
good.
one more clue. Famous people from Utah. Here we go. It wouldn't be a Utah category without this. No lyrics, just nonsense.
I have
Here it is
a-
one more time.
Wow, I know more about Utah artists than I thought I did.
See?
Yeah, right?
That's
What?
when I was looking at the list, I was like, this is
Is
pretty
she from
comprehensive.
Utah? I thought she was from Alaska. Or did she just grow up in Alaska?
I don't know.
Never been
She
to
was
Alaska.
Alaska.
We're trying,
Yeah.
This is name the song.
Yeah.
The artist.
Oh,
And the artist.
Oh,
yeah.
I haven't been naming the tune.
It's
ever.
okay.
Just the artist.
Oh, our top fan. She shows up as our top fan. Our top fan, AC Slater Mojangles. Our friend Ashley said Jewel, which is completely correct.
Oh,
Let's give us the name of that song. Also, happy belated birthday to Ashley.
And to Brad.
And to me apparently. She just spent her birthday out in Vegas.
We were supposed to go, but
We were
it's
supposed
fine.
to go. Yeah, it's
Only mildly salty.
literally the busiest time of my entire life is happening right now, which I'm not at all upset. Paul said Jewel as well. All right. What do you guys have here in the lounge?
I got Jewel.
Jewel.
I don't know what song. I can't hear the rest of the song.
I know. I felt like if I played any other part, it would give it all away. So I just just picked up the
She had
Will
nonsense.
save your soul.
Oh, got it.
That is correct.
Nailed
What do you
it.
got, Christine?
I was way overconfident. I put Stevie Nicks because she actually did. She actually is from Utah. She went to the
No
same high
kidding.
school my brother did, called Skyline High School. Stevie Nicks went there.
Wow.
So
That's so
she is another
funny.
artist from Utah.
That is a tidbit, but it's
Nice.
absolutely wrong.
And I got my girl Jewel.
Jewel, that's right.
I had
Jordan,
her cassette tape.
You're.
I always thought from that cover, the cassette tape. This is like a little Jordy fact. I always thought it was a Hanson brother.
Was it like
On the cover,
with,
you know,
like,
she's
kinda
got, like-
whitewashed and green.
Yeah, and the green blue, and she's in
yeah.
like her denim, and
Yeah.
it's like the blonde
Yeah,
hair.
My
and
mom
I was
had
like,
that CD.
Hanson?
Cruise on there.
very, very 90s.
I did I was catering this event one time back in my catering days. This was like maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago. And it was at the New York Public Library by Bryant Park. And it was for this like 40th birthday for this old, not old, this Jewish couple that, very rich. They rented out a room in the New York Public Library.
Wow.
And they were like, we got pulled aside, our catering company at one point. They were like, okay, just, there's going to be a special live performance by an artist a bit later, but, just like just be professional, and it was Jewel. They hired Jewel to come and perform for this like small birthday party.
Amazing.
At this random event. And so,
That's
I saw
awesome.
Jewel at this like private birthday party for this 40-year-old Jewish couple.
How
Were you
fun is that?
fangirling?
I didn't really listen to Jewel a lot, but it was still cool. I knew of her.
Well, you guys,
Very nice.
I thought her music was great. I think she's incredibly creative and
Yeah.
and certainly like slayed what she was doing. I don't think anybody else could have done what Jewel did.
No way.
But let's we had a few people playing. So
We
let's
did. We had so many.
yeah, let's
This is exciting.
sorry that we lost you guys for a couple seconds there. If you saw the nightmare that happens behind the scenes in the lounge here.
Yeah, it's not all glitz and glam here, folks.
There's like 8 billion wires coming out of my computer, but the internet cable was one of them. So we're good now. Solid. The recording is still fine. So
Tricky internet.
yep. Damn internet. Hey man, you should get down on one of those poop shots.
I saw you
Poop
guys
shooter.
do it. It's been a lovely podcast, and that was the only shitty part of it.
Oh, got him. Got him.
Well done.
But
I just maybe I'll bring one home. with
Okay.
us.
There you
we can
go.
have it for dessert.
Sure.
Yes, yeah.
I have lids.
I'm slowly
lids.
working on mine. It's just really like, it's very phlegm inducing. So
Yeah.
Phlegm
Just
inducing.
gargle it.
Yeah, right. All right, Jordan, how many people did we have playing tonight?
We had 9.
9 players. All right, well,
Wait, 10.
10 players. Wow, that's a lot.
Was that including us?
My
in
goodness.
I think that's our biggest turnout.
No, that's just
Here? Just
our
online?
viewers. How about
Christine, people love you.
it's
Yeah.
because I'm unbelievably amazing.
Yeah.
that? See?
And beautiful.
That's what I've been saying. That's what Ryan's been saying. All right. So what we're going to do
Toss up.
is think of a number between 1 and 10 or 1 through 10, and we're going to give you a drum roll, and you're going to pick our winner.
Okay. 4.
Number 4,
Deborah Gagnon.
Deborah Gagnon.
Debs. Dirty Debs.
She got it.
Deborah is the lovely mother of one of our podcast alumni, Bethany Lynn. So thank you so much, Deborah, for tuning in with us tonight.
Yeah, thanks, Deborah.
Appreciate
and congrats.
that. Yes. Be able to slide into my DMs and give us a good mailing address, and we will send you some fun swag. Otherwise, I'll hand it off to Bethany when I see her around town, and she can get it to you. You just let me know. All right, you guys. We are going to take a little break here in the lounge, but we're going to send you over to our good friend Tony Espinosa to give us some inspiring words of wisdom to get us through the rest of this week. Take some notes. This is your midweek motivation.
Brad Brock, how you doing, my friend? Happy Wednesday. Jams and cocktails. Hope everyone's having a good time. Sorry I can't be there. I will be getting back to the studio sometime soon. I don't know when. Life's crazy busy right now, which is awesome. And that's what I want to touch base on really quick here. You know, when you start rolling and start getting things going, you have dreams, you have goals, and you start moving forward. You start moving towards those dreams, start moving towards those goals. You realize you sacrifice some stuff. You got to put things on hold. You got to say no to friends. You got to turn down parties and this and that. But it's okay. You're supposed to sacrifice. You're supposed to give up. And what I want to talk about tonight is the sacrifice you give when it comes to your inner circle and your support system. It is very, very, very important to have a strong support system. And I don't just mean like when things are bad, you know, you have got a shoulder to cry on. I mean, even when things are good, when you're driving forward, people that are encouraging you. And one of the hardest things to do, I have lost family members. I have lost really close friends. I've even lost some old mentors that got me to a certain level, and now I don't need them anymore. I've learned everything I can from that person. And it's not that I don't respect them or I don't like them. It's just like there's nothing more that they have to offer me. When it comes to losing family members and best friends, like I was talking about, it's hard. It's really hard. But I'll tell you this much. Nobody on top of the mountain, no one very successful did it alone. And they didn't do it with people that were bringing them down. So if they're not 100% blowing you up and just excited about what you're doing. Hey, right on. Good job. I noticed you did that. Hey, I noticed you failed. What'd you learn from it? What can we do to get you through that? So when it happens again, you'll be prepared. If they don't have that kind of energy around you 100% of the time, you need to shave them off. I told my best friend 24 years not too long ago, I quoted Tupac. I said, look, man, I love you, but you're just nasty to me right now. Every time he's going through trouble, he would try to bring me down and put down everything I'm trying to do. And I told him, I said, look, I think it's time to part ways. Like I said, to quote Tupac, I said, I hope you eat steak every night for dinner. I just don't want you eating at my table anymore. And it's tough. And a lot of times you don't actually have to tell the person they're gone. You just start living your life. You quit answering that text. You quit going to that bar late night. You stay focused on your goals, and they're going to hate. They're going to be skeptic. They're going to hate on you. And that's part of the process because they know you're growing and they know you're going somewhere and they know they're getting left behind. But tighten that inner circle. Get people that are positive 100% of the time. Always have your back. Surround yourself with people that are doing what you're trying to do. People that are on your same path. That way you can trailblaze together. Nothing is gonna happen by yourself. You need to have that. Any negativity, you need to let it go. I'm telling you, my life has, in the past few years, since I started coaching leadership, since I started walking this walk and talking this talk, my life has changed drastically. Every time I turn around, it's only the people that care about me that I run into. Negativity just gets shaved off like that. I don't even notice it anymore. It is almost impossible for you to bring me off my cloud, bring me backwards where I'm trying to go, because I'm just so focused and I got the right people on my side. So do yourself a favor, take an inventory of the people in your life, family or not. People say family first, but family's not for everyone. I moved 2,700 miles away from my family at 18 years old because I knew they were toxic. And I'm doing much better now. I have cousins in prison. I have cousins that are dead. I didn't want to be that guy. Yes, I made some bad decisions as a young man, but we're going to. I'm not perfect, and I'm not claiming to be. But I know where I'm headed. And if you know where you're going, you're going to know when you get there. Surround yourself with those strong people and watch how your world changes, and watch how the power of positive thinking, when you're surrounded with those people, you just become engulfed in that lifestyle. So do a self-inventory of the people in your circle. Do a self-inventory of the people in your life. If they're not 100% a positive with you and lifting you up and appreciating you and helping you get to where you're going, then you say goodbye. Say goodbye because they're not worth your time or energy. BradBrock.com. I love you, my friend. Be well. I'll see you real soon.
Yeah. Tony Espinosa. You guys, of course, if you need some one-on-one coaching to get you to the next level, reach out to Tony at TonyEspinosaLeadership.com or search him out on social media. He's got some great mastermind classes coming up and some other fun stuff to get involved in. So check it out and get that kick in the ass that you need. Coming up next, we'll be shamelessly plugging all of our goings-ons. But first, here's a tune from Christine and the Ryan Owens. Oh, who's completely out of the there we go. Oh, that works.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Hey, there's us.
Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water. And I think of all the things of what you've done, and in my head I paint a picture. Well, since I come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over, stop making a fool out of me? Why don't you come on over, Valerie? Did you have to go to jail? I put your house on up for sale. Did you get a good lawyer? Hope you didn't catch a tan. I hope you find the right man to fix it for you. You're shopping anywhere. Change the color of your hair. Are you dizzy? Ooh. I hope you didn't pay that fine that you've been dodging all the time. Are you still dizzy? Oh. Since I come home, when my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Start making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie? Yeah. Valerie. Since I come home, when my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie? We did it.
Woo.
Amazing.
Excellent.
Wow.
Bravo.
So good. So
Yeah.
good. You guys are wild.
Loved it.
What a great rendition of that song.
We have fun. We do. It's different every time, which is I love it. It's so that's to play with musicians that listen and react and just live in the moment. That's the best. And with you, I always feel like I can do that. So I appreciate that.
Well, it's funny. You know, when Ryan was on the show with us just a couple of weeks ago, that was something that he brought. Well, I'm talking like third person, like you're not here. Something that something that you had mentioned is that, you know, you just love the randomness of having musicians come up and jam with you, and that was why Ryan and Friends became a thing, and so that match is, I mean, obvious. Yes. Why this happened, you know, because that was gorgeous. That was very, very cool. And to know that that's not something that's super rehearsed, that's just kind of comes off.
I don't think we've ever actually rehearsed anything.
No, never.
Honestly, like maybe one or two songs because we needed to figure out the format, but every other time it's like, no, we're just gonna, you know, go up and do it. Yeah.
Love it.
But it's with musicians you trust, you can do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, you guys, we're going to get into our shameless plugs here. And as always, we like to start things off with our very special guest. Huge announcement. We've been waiting all evening to hear this announcement and a date.
Yeah.
So let's get these shameless plugs.
Woo!
Sorry, I stole it from you, Jordan.
It's okay. I wasn't ready.
Just this one time. All right, Christine. What are we shameless plugging?
Well, my single "Alone Tonight," which we heard a couple times tonight, it came out February 19th. So if you haven't, stream it. It's available on all of the platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Amazon, YouTube, Google, Shazam, Deezer. I don't know. What are all the What do all the kids listen to these days?
Oh my gosh, I don't know, but they're all out there. Yeah,
Records, all right.
it's true.
But yeah, I did not get vinyl print copies of. But anyway, Alone Tonight's out. You should go stream it, share it with everyone. Listen to it a lot of times so I can get lots of money.
I do want to mention
Helpful.
I do want to mention that
Like a
Alone
million
Tonight
times.
is streaming on JNC Radio currently. So
Yes.
and we're fully licensed. So
How exciting.
fear not, your royalty check is in the
You
mail.
will get your
Many-
giganto check.
Your many pennies.
You know
Yes.
what? I put a song out, Right Side Up. You played at the beginning of this.
Yes.
For I put that out like 5 years ago, and I didn't check my TuneCore account for like years, and I went on I think a few months ago, and I had like $6, and I was like, killing it.
Amazing.
Anyway, so Alone Tonight's out. Go stream it. And then my debut EP, which Alone Tonight is on, my debut EP is called Sense of It All. Features 6 songs, all original music, produced by Ashton Corey. Comes out on March 5th. So that's a week from this coming Friday. It'll be out streaming everywhere.
So exciting.
Yeah, everyone, I feel like I should look into this. Go listen to it, stream it, pre-order. You can pre-order on iTunes right now. It's like $5.94, so it's not going to break the bank, I promise. If it does, then I'll
Probably shouldn't be buying
you
music
probably
anyway.
shouldn't be buying
or
but,
anything for that matter.
Yeah. You can pre-order on iTunes, Sense of It All. My name's Christine Baird. March 5th, it'll be out. And then if you're a Florida local, a South Florida local, I will be playing at Vine and Barley Stewart this Sunday, solo from 4 to 7. Probably have Ryan play some tunes, maybe have our friend Xander come and play some drums. Who knows? Like it's a free for all. We could have anyone, probably not like the random guy off the street, but
Random harmonica guy.
Yeah,
Unless
right.
he can play a
Unless
wicked
he's
harmonica.
like absolutely killing, then maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, Vine and Barley 4 to 7 this coming Sunday, and Sense of It All out March 5th.
It's so exciting.
Awesome.
I'm so blown away. I'm ready.
So exciting.
I have to admit, I'm knowing that I have the link to the whole record.
Are you going to wait
just
till
for
the
me.
5th?
No, man. I'm going to go to sleep to it tonight.
Yes.
That's happening for sure.
I'm all about it.
Nice.
Any shameless plugs, Ryan? Whilst we have you here.
If you don't like my girlfriend's album, you're dead to me. That's
right.
On Saturday, I guess I'm playing at Blue Point Bar and Grill in Tequesta from 12 to 3. And then racing my cute little butt up to Sneaky Tiki,
The Snicker Ticket.
one of the sponsors of the JNC podcast.
Indeed. Very, very good friends of ours. Yes.
Nice plug
right.
within a plug.
A plug within a plug. It's like Inception. And then, yes, on Sunday, I'm going to be there watching Christine kick fucking butt. So you should come out, Martin County, and hang out with us. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. Any shameless plugs for you, Jordan, tonight?
I'm going to pull a Derek, and in honor of Derek. So there's this really great artist. She's from New York. Well, she's from Utah, but from New York, but now Florida. And her name is Christine. And if you haven't heard of her, you really should. She just released a new single and music video today. So please check it out. And come see her at Vine and Barley on Sunday in Stewart.
Yeah.
Double plugs.
Yes.
How exciting. Actually, I got triple. Ryan mentioned it.
Yep.
This is
I
really
feel like it's
exciting
like
for me.
double rainbow. Double plugs across the sky.
It's shameless all around.
So good. I feel the love.
Awesome.
Well, usually Derek would write like all the handles or whatever they call them on the board, like the Insta.
Yeah.
Christine Baird
So-
Music. That's what
There we
I
go.
should have
Yeah.
said.
Christine Baird music.
At Christine Baird Music on all of the platforms. So
Easy.
For sure.
Yep.
Nice.
Nice. Well, my stickers on my little keyboard are all starting to fall off, so I really have no idea
Oh, so
what's
you're
going on
guessing.
here.
Oh, you're just pressing buttons?
I'm just pressing buttons now.
Seeing what happens.
You think I'd have it memorized? Nope.
Alt, Delete, Destroy everything else.
Exactly. All right, you guys. Well, of course, thank you all so much for tuning in live and catching the reruns on YouTube or iHeartRadio and Spotify. Again, please show us some love by liking, sharing, subscribing to, and following our pages. It's the single most free thing that you guys can do to help support us. It's awesome. Shout out to our sponsors and partners at The Code Rum, Hop Life Brewing, Treasure Coast Entertainment, Snorkel Corn Entertainment, The Sneaky Tiki in downtown Stewart, and our friends at Drizzly. Support local when you can. It really helps, especially this time of life, I suppose. I have a couple of shows actually coming up this week.
Woo.
Only just a few. So Thursday night, I will be at Manatee Island and Fort Pierce. That is tomorrow night for those of you watching live. I'll be there at 5:30. Friday night, I will be at the Vine and Barley in Port St. Lucie. I'll be there not at 7 p.m. because I might be there drinking, but 9 p.m. is the actual time for that.
That's the drinking.
This is the pre-show, the meet and
pre-show.
greet.
Yeah, you can come and hang out with us. On Sunday, I will be at the District Table in Stewart. My big return there at 5:30 p.m. That's rounding on my week, and then literally, I think I'm just going to hibernate through Monday and Tuesday of next week. Oh, long life.
So long.
Of course, you guys, you can see all of my show dates on the free Brad Brock Media app. It's now been rebranded. It's the Brad Brock Media app available for Android and iPhone.
Fancy.
Yep, you can see my dates there. You can see this podcast. You can listen and tune in to our radio station, which I'll talk about in just a moment. And it's completely free. So go and check out that app. Also, go and check out the all-new JNC radio station, which we've mentioned a few times. We play a mix of hit songs and local Treasure Coast favorites and some from not-so-local areas, but great music nonetheless. Plus, themes throughout the week, and of course, the Jams and Cocktails live podcast breaks in each Wednesday night at 8 p.m. for the live show. You can tune in to our station on the free Live 365 app, or you could just visit myjncradio.com and click on the player to start listening. It's literally the simplest internet radio app that's out there. You don't have to sign up. There's none of that junk. You download the app and you start listening to music. It's awesome. No malarkey. I like that word. I might use that for Lipton tea one of these days. Also, you guys, be sure to check out our good friend Captain Johnny Ringo of the Code Rum Company and his new radio show called The Pirate Radio Show. It broadcasts each Sunday morning from 8 to 9 a.m. on the coast, 101.3 locally, or you can watch it on Facebook, premiering at the same time. It's also streaming on JNC radio as well. Visit thepirateradio.show.com for more info. Also, going to shout out one more time. Go pop over to Jordan here. I still can't see it, but I want to shout out to our new friends at the Ringo Ring Toss game. Troy, the owner and proprietor of that, actually stopped by the lounge this afternoon and hooked us up with our very own ring toss board. So we're going to try to figure out how to work that into our show eventually. Some sort of games. And he also hooked us up with some other swag. So very cool company. If you like the Bimini ring toss game and you want a really quality board that is going to stand the test of time, check it out on playringo.com and get yourself a board for your patio or
Get that for your dad.
or your lounge.
Yeah, they have tan, red, or navy.
Yep.
I think, right?
3 colors.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So yeah, super cool company, very cool people running it. So 10 out of 10 stars, highly recommend. Finally, you guys, mark your calendars to join us for our first remote broadcast from Shindig Irish Pub for their St. Patty's Day party. We'll be playing all the Irish songs, perhaps an Irish song that's not so Irish, but is Irish enough. We'll be spinning on there. We'll be having your entire St. Patty's Day soundtrack spinning on JNC Radio, and we'll be popping in throughout the day live broadcasting from Shindig. So it's on Wednesday night this year, so that is podcast night. So we'll be broadcasting the podcast from Shindig as well, if I'm able to stand after so many Guinnesses.
10 times fast. Broadcasting the podcast.
Broadcasting the podcast.
Master.
Yeah.
No. So not sure what to expect, you guys, but it's going to be fun. March 17th. So, yeah, that does it for my Shameless Plugs. Well, you guys, and now the time has come.
I did it my way. It's
Regrets.
you know what?
I've got them all.
The what is hilarious about that song is it always reminds me of the end of George of the Jungle when the ape is singing it in Las Vegas.
Yes. Yes. Oh my God.
Like a disco version of the song.
Super throwback.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh man.
Our buddy Corey Giacomo very drunk at a New York bar at 3 in the morning.
Yeah. Singing that song.
Oh man.
Hilarious.
Well, you guys, we are winding down here. Is there any more songs that you guys want to play, or all songed out?
It's up to you.
What do you think?
Do you want to be my husband?
Yeah, we could do that.
Do you have the tape up?
Yeah.
Ooh.
We could do another one.
All right.
All right.
Love it.
This is one of the first songs we ever started performing together. I think yeah.
Be my husband, man, I'll be your wife. Be my husband, man, I'll be your wife. Be my husband, man, I'll be your wife. I will love you the rest of your life. Oh, daddy, now love me good. 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 If you want me to, I'll cook and sew. If you want me to, I'll cook and sew. If you want me to, I'll cook and sew. Outside you, there is no place to go. Oh, daddy, now love me good. 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 Stick to the promise, man, that you made me. Stick to the promise, man, that you made me. Stick to the promise, man, that you made me. That you'll stay away from Rosalie, yeah. Oh, daddy, now love me good. 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 Please don't treat me so doggone mean. Please don't treat me so doggone mean. Please don't treat me so doggone mean. Oh, you're the meanest man I ever seen. Oh, daddy, now love me good. 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 I'll be my husband, man, I'll be your wife. Be my husband, man, I'll be your wife. Be my husband, man, I'll be your wife. I will love you the rest of your life.
Decent. Pretty good. Pretty good.
We did it.
It's not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. No. Totally fine.
It's just,
It's fine.
It's acceptable.
It's acceptable by my standards. Oh man. Well, you guys, thank you all again for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. I know I did. ran the gamut of emotions tonight. Unbelievable.
You did.
It
Really,
was really great. I'm very touched.
Yeah.
I really, truly.
Well, likewise. It's clearly mutual.
Same.
Sorry, Ryan. We touched each other tonight, okay?
That's fine.
Through music.
Yeah,
The Force.
Yes, the Force.
exactly. I mean,
Jordan, get over here.
want to talk about existentialism? We can get into Star Wars.
Oh, God. That's for another podcast,
Yeah.
I think. You guys, give it up once again for my partner in crime, Miss Jordan Taylor.
Woo! So long, folks. It's been real. It's been fun.
And, of course, our special guest, Miss Christine Baird. Accompanied by the Ryan Owens. All right, you guys. Next week on the show, I'll be taking the world's hottest chocolate bar challenge. For those of you who know about heat, 9 million Scovilles. That's what we're talking about. You won't want to miss that, you guys. So join us the same time next week for another episode of the Jams and Cocktails live podcast. Until then, my friends, take care of yourselves and each other. Broadcasting live from the Legendary JNC Lounge, I'm Brad Brock. Good night.
Toodles. Oh, you did a little...
Sayonara.
Sunrise.